box that right next to the box where the guy gets suspended. This is good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but you know about it.
Look, employee 67349. He knew he had it coming. It's just, he was slacking.
I gave him a week. Just say that.
Damn.
Wow. Hey, just know Kane to be this incredibly nice guy and all these really thought-provoking tweets and kindness spilling out of his
That's why he's
gills.
sending out those positivity tweets, because he know one person ain't thinking so positively about him.
Well,
Saves all the savagery for work. Okay, I see.
When you have that job title, corporate safety, it's not the most fun sometimes. You're not allowed to really care about the people. You got to care about the company, which is awful.
As he wears the Dunder Mifflin T-shirt, this is very appropriate.
I'm a company man.
Becoming more and more interesting. Okay.
Now, let me ask you this, Kane. Obviously, this is your first foray into the open bar. Would you consider yourself more of a Robert California kind of boss, or would you be more of a Michael Scott kind of boss, more of an Andy kind of boss? What kind of boss are you when it comes to having to lay down the law as the what did you call your title?
Corporate safety.
Or are you just Toby?
Yeah, well, I like to think that I'm an Andy, but and my boss is the Robert California.
But you're just Dwight. Is that where this is going?
Well, that's what it feels like, Scott.
And then I can say some stuff, and they're like, "I disagree with you." It's like, talk to my boss.
Yeah, you're Dwight. That's fine. Every company needs a Dwight. It's fine. Everyone wants to think they're Jim, but nobody's really Jim.
No, I'm more act like a Dwight, to be honest.
Let me ask this for all the bonus points in the world, Kane. Since you're the Andy, please, if you would, name Andy's a cappella group from The Office.
Ooh, that sounds like a trivia.
The Troublemakers.
Good effort. It does have it does have trouble in it.
Okay.
The only thing I remember is that his friend's name is Rocky Rob.
All the time.
That's the only thing I remember.
I'm pretty sure the group, if I remember correctly, is Here Comes Trouble.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm surprised there's not 30 people in the chat.
The Troublemakers are the ones from Pitch Perfect.
30 people in the chat, period. Pitch Perfect. Was that Pitch Perfect? The other one?
Yeah, Troublemakers is Pitch
Troublemakers.
Perfect.
Okay.
I blew the line.
Yeah.
And Trouble Tones is Glee. No big deal.
NBD.
What's that show? What is Glee?
Glee.
Funny story though. I actually saw the movie Pitch Perfect, and the reason I did was because I was watching a movie on HBO or something, and it ended, and then Pitch Perfect came on, and I just couldn't find the remote, and I just wasn't getting up. I watched it. It was good.
Them in theater.
Oh.
Now,
okay, apparently I am now the basic bitch right here.
I love that shit. You give me
don't get me wrong. It was a very good movie, and I eventually would have seen it anyway. But the reason I saw it is because I just did not want to get up and look for the remote.
You split a pitcher of daiquiris, walk across the street to a Pitch Perfect movie, and blammo, your night's made.
Blammo. That's
Blammo.
Have you seen? What about Pitch Perfect? Didn't they make a second one?
Yeah, third one.
We're back.
Seen them all in theaters. Yeah, they were all great.
Are they good?
I think 2 was.
Wait, there's a third one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but exactly. That's what I said too. There's a third one, and then we watched.
I loved all of them.
Wow. Okay, I have some work to do.
I have low standards when it comes to movies.
Maybe tonight's open bar should just be us watching
and
the second
low
one.
standards as far as accepting invites to podcasts.
I just have low standards kind of all around.
Yeah.
Except when it comes to my wife, because she's great.
I was just about to say, I know she's got to be close.
I know.
She had just peeked around the corner like a minute ago.
That face was about to come in like this.
Not even. Something just going to be flying in the back of the head.
Yeah. You can be looking like me with those bricks. Oh, guys.
Why is
Kane turned into the suspension monster.
I was suspended from sleeping in a bed.
All right. So I had some time to develop a tweet because I totally forgot to do that the moment that I pressed live on the open bar Tuesday, 9:30 Eastern. Yeah,
Ish.
man. We're just super. Excuse me, Russ. What were you about to say? Were you about to say
I
that we
said
were
this
late?
show is the ish.
Ah, gosh, it's so ish tonight. Incredibly ish. Apologies to everyone just tapping their computer like, is this can't be right. They when they say ish, it usually means approximately 10 to 15 minutes after the scheduled time. And then here we are 20 to 25 minutes later, and I don't know what planet I'm on. So hey, we're live.
Hey.
It's me. We got some people here. I got my number one here. J Mike.
I'm your number one. That's cute, man. Thanks.
Not you. J Mike, how you?
Listen, man, this feels like what's unfolding in front of me is very much a parallel from the Ozark, the show. For those checking that out on Netflix now that you're on quarantine, this is me as Jason Bateman finding out basically that my wife Gabe is cheating on me with some random guy in a 80th floor penthouse, Russ.
Yeah.
So I'm not
And
not really
clapping
sure how
my
I feel
butt.
about this.
Look, if there's one thing I learned from last episode, it's that I need to suck up to my new bosses, the owners of DLF. So I just want to thank you for housing my podcast and for letting me on this one.
Wow, what a loyal listener. Gosh, we're here every single Tuesday, and
Oh
Russ
man.
doesn't miss a show, whether
It
he's
is
on here or
too.
not.
Thanks again to Matt Price for hooking us up with that DLF.
gave us
I
the
appreciate
keys,
that,
man.
Yeah, good for him, man.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, welcome, Russ. We'll just get into the guests, I suppose. The Outhouse himself. Hardly that. We going on some PB tonight? What do you got here? What do we got?
Yep. I got my Screwball peanut butter whiskey right here.
Same brand
And-
as last time I allowed
and
you
right
on with
here.
that crap.
Yep. Hey, I said yes before you said crap. So you got
Run
your
the tape
Jergens
back.
sponsorship. I'm
Run the
getting my
tape back.
Screwball sponsorship.
It's true. The open bar sponsored by Jergens and Screwball. You decide who comes first. Hey.
Hey.
All right.
Hey! Whoa!
NSFW.
Oh man, Jamie's sliding his face. It's happened already.
Watching. Ooh, look at that boy!
Ooh.
Oh man.
Hey.
Already.
Oh man.
All right.
8
Next
minutes
up,
singing that boy.
following up,
Woo.
Jergens and Screwball, we have Casey. Who are you sponsoring tonight, homegirl? The first lady of the open bar, that is.
Sponsoring getting to work from home. Is that a good sponsor? I don't know.
Yeah.
Dell or whatever the fuck this computer is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also drinking on some delicious crackberry from Bishop Cider here in Dallas. No big deal. Guys, check that out.
Man,
No
she's
big
dropping
deal.
NBDs like they ain't nothing. She's
No big
dropping
deal, no big
NBDs
deal.
like they
Okay.
Like
NBD.
at NBDs, yeah.
Well, right now, there's so much that is a big deal. Everything else is not a big deal.
Yep. Oh, J Mike. This is great. Why do I not have the names up? Nice, man. I like
We don't
that.
know who anybody is.
Yeah, what we do
Oh.
now.
My name?
It's the man bun, Casey, Russ, and I'm gonna get to you in just a second here, Debbie Kane, but Mr. Polaris. All right. Gotta make sure you're here for all the insides, okay? Coming up with a new name for J Mike every week. What will it be tonight? Only you will know if you tune in live Tuesday, 9:30 Eastern ish. All right. Debbie Kane, my man. How are you feeling tonight? Good to have you on for the first time.
I'm great. You know, it gives me a reason to drink and not get yelled at by my wife. So we're doing pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, at least for the next 2 hours or so. Then I cannot protect you after that.
Well, I just won't be yelled at for like drinking. I'll just be yelled at for something within these 2
Got
hours.
you.
But
Yeah.
drinking won't be the issue.
All right. Perfect. You came to the right place, my friend.
Yes.
Boy, howdy, J Mike. What in the world are we gonna do here, man? What are we doing here? Tell me, because I have nothing, literally nothing.
There's a lot of, I guess, things that we can get into to a large degree, but one of the main things is I really truly want to check in. I don't think I've done a very good job of just checking in on our guests as it pertains to this new normal. We come to the open bar. We always come here, and obviously it's an escape for some and also a chance for us to just be able to get together and chop it up. But what is the new norm like for everyone? How is everybody holding up? You don't have to get into it deep or heavy or anything, but I'm just curious, what exactly does your day-to-day look like at this point, and how different is that from your normal?
I got super lucky. I sort of adopted a 27-year-old 2 years ago. One of my kids' daycare teachers, she started babysitting for us.
She started to think I was 27, and I was like, "Is that me?
Do you live?"
I was like, "I'm not 27."
And you live with Russ.
So she was babysitting for us like 2 nights a week, and then she lives with her parents and hates her parents. So those 2 nights a week, she ended up just sort of sleeping over. And then we're like, yo, you hate your parents. You like us. You like our kids. We like you. I mean, just sleep here those nights. So she started sleeping here those nights. And then we're like, you hate your parents. You like our kids. You like us. We like you. We have a room. Why don't you just move in? So she moved in. So she sort of homeschools the kids during the day while my wife and I work. Because let's face it, with a 4 and a 6-year-old, we would not be getting work done during the day otherwise. So, man, fucking lucked into that one hard fucking core. So my normal these days isn't really all that awful. And I mean, let's be honest, I never went anywhere anyway. So, I mean, all I know, like every day I make sure to step outside once or twice just so I remember what the outdoors feels like. But other than that, my wife and I, we both have our setups at the kitchen table. She has this nice 27-inch curved monitor with her touchscreen tablet with keyboard set up next to it. I have my laptop on top of a mac and cheese box, so I don't have to hunch my back so much that I I develop scoliosis. So we both have equal setups, I'd call it.
Yes.
And we work. Seriously, like the thing is, working from home, I think favors the company a lot. Like I end up logging on like 45 minutes early. I blink and it's an hour after I should have stopped working. And it's like, all right, I'm gonna shut that laptop now. And I'm like, all right, well, they just got a lot more work out of me, and it's not like I'm getting paid extra. So I mean, I'm glad not to have to put pants on, and they're glad they get extra work done. That's win-win if you ask me.
I think you're exactly right, because I've noticed for myself too, working from home, you're starting up your systems extra early just to make sure that everything's working so that you can be on time. You're actually, even though you're home, like you're still cognizant even more so of the fact that, okay, I got to get back from my break and my lunch on time. I can't be dilly-dallying and things of that nature. And I've noticed that even from a numbers perspective, I know that my quote unquote metrics, if you will, are much better. Simply because I'm home, because I'm constantly in it. The problem becomes, at least for me, is that and like you said, you find more ways to try to get more work done randomly. Well, excuse me, you don't have to try to find more ways to get work done, because it's simply just happening by way of the setup. And I find myself having a harder time detaching from work, because I'm one of those people that have the 40-minute commute. If there's no kind of traffic to be able to get to and from work. So I'm having a hard time detaching from work or not thinking about work. And they're on my mind even more because I don't have that decompressed time. So I feel you very, very much so there, Russ. It's weird how they've extracted so much more out of me.
The trick I learned is the second you're done working, you close that laptop, put it in another room, especially because, we work in the kitchen. So it's there. You're going to eat dinner, your laptop's on the table, you're watching TV. That's the next room. You turn, you see the laptop. I throw it in, the dining room that we call the art room, because we don't have people over to use it as a dining room. So it's my kid's art room. We throw it in another room, so we can't even see the laptop. So that's not necessarily, it's out of sight, out of mind, let's call it. So that it helps a little bit so you don't like see your kitchen and think it's the office. Like if you hide all your work shit, then it sort of helps a little bit.
Not me. My work, no, well,
You've been working on for what, one day?
1 day. But time out. Okay, so last week I'd used my PTO. Okay, whatever. I used a week of PTO because I'm like, I'm not going to be that dick who comes to the office because we got plenty of people in our office that are older, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, whatever. And I was also like, kind of like, damn the man, I'm going to use my PTO, even though it doesn't make any sense. So use my PTO. Then yesterday I went in to get my computer. Right, they're like, you can come up and get your computer. We have to take our desktop computers home. So I was like, okay. So I went to do that, and like about 10 minutes before I had to be there, because my work's like right down the street. I was like, hey, so do I clock in? Do I not clock in? What do I do? And they're like, oh, you're gonna have to be here all day. I was like, why would I have to be there all day? And they're like, just because. There's not a real reason. So anyway, today was the first day working from home, and my work is so like clock in between 7:55 and 7:59. If you're there at 8 o'clock, you're late. And make sure you take, we get 30-minute lunches when we work from home, which I'm fine with, whatever. My wife's working from home. And she's like, yay, I get to eat lunch with you at, whenever. And I was like, no, you have to like still take it at 1 o'clock. Like that's what time I have to take lunch. Like they want me to email them to tell them what time I'm coming in and when I'm leaving. So it is what it is. They're not getting extra work out of me. I'm not doing extra work. So I'm like, whatever. 5 o'clock hit
like
or 4:30 hit. I was like, deuces, 4:30. I was like, this is what I did today. I did more than I usually do because like you said, like when you're at home, like you're like, I don't know. I'm just more motivated when I'm at home when I can like jam out to like music and just be in my own zone.
Yeah, the more comfortable you are, the better, the more work you get done.
I'm like, I didn't have to shower this morning. Like, fucking A, like I showered at 4 o'clock this afternoon, 4:30 this afternoon. I'm like, whatever. And like my wife is downstairs working. I'm like, sorry, honey, like I'm gonna have to be upstairs all day, so I don't have to deal with you. She's used to working from home. She's like she travels a lot for work, but obviously with the whole state of where we are now, they're like, we're gonna hold off on traveling. So she's been home like a lot and sending me to the store like every 3 days. So that's the end. That's my story about my sad, pathetic life, about how I have a job and I'm over here complaining about it. What a douche.
Yeah, I will say that working from home,
I believe fantasy douche is already taken. Or
I do. Yeah. Well,
I just think working from home is just so different. Like, and I'm an extrovert at heart. So it's like, I want to be able to like talk to people, like the 30-second conversations you have with the person next to you. Like those are the things that I miss. And then I try to talk to my wife and she goes, go downstairs, I'm working. And it's like,
yes.
Love you too.
That happens too.
And then she goes, oh, what are you going to make for lunch? And I was like, oh, okay. That's cool.
She knows her and your role.
Oh yeah, my wife does not cook.
Oh.
She burns mac and cheese.
I mean, but lunch doesn't really take cooking, right? Like lunch,
well, yeah, it's
together
gonna be
whatever.
Just like leftovers from the night before.
We usually like make something. So whether it's like like a little sandwich and soup or like something. She also only gets half an hour, and I get an hour lunch. So it's like, oh, I can like come up before she has to be on lunch, and I can at least make something for her.
That's
I guess I didn't realize how cool my company's being about it. They're just like, look, well, I mean, I have to email them every day at the end of the day, what work I got done and what work I plan on getting done tomorrow. And other than that, they're like, I don't care if you email me at 4:30 when you're supposed to be done, or if you had to go run to the store for an hour or whatever. So you email me at 6 o'clock. As long as when you're done working, you email me, let me know what you did, let me know what you plan for tomorrow, and that's all that matters. So I mean, it's
I work for the government, so I mean.
Like,
it's weird that I actually have like a relaxed working environment. Like usually they're such assholes, but I guess they're not compared to all you people's jobs.
Well, my boss called me last week and I was like really fucking scared. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna get fired or something on my day off. And she was just talking to me about how like, hey, we're going to be kind of chill with you guys when you get to work from home. I was like, we get to work from home? I was like doing a dance.
What?
Yeah, you're going to be chill? And so, no.
Like
Yeah, you can clock
before we
out at
left-
4:29
No,
instead of
can't.
4:20
Nope.
instead of 4:30.
Nope.
Before we left to work from home, my boss just said, "It's just business as normal. Like, just work. I might call you." I was like,
Hmm.
"All right." So I've worked from home now for a week and a half, and I've talked to my boss once.
God. I'm trying to do that,
So-
but everybody else that I work with that's in like the same little department as me, they like want to send like 20 emails a day, and I'm like, bro, I don't need to know what you're working on because I have my own stuff to work on. What you're working on is between you and the boss. It's not between me and
Well,
you. That's for sure.
We have a department of 2. It's just like
Oh.
me and my boss. So my boss knows everything that I'm doing. So it's
Yeah.
like she knows that I've completed a bunch of work. So why do I have to like tell her that I've completed it? And also, I just found out that a person that works in our building was in there with COVID-19.
No.
Oh, man. Like as
So,
of when? As of when?
we got the email this morning,
Oh.
and apparently the last day we worked in our offices, they were supposed to have had it at that time,
Man.
but didn't know that they had it. So,
Right.
Oh
Jeez,
man,
man.
dude.
so that's fun.
That's been yeah, that's been one of the more weird things. And I don't know how large your company at all is, Kane. But we've had a similar thing with the company that I work for, where it kind of is starting to trickle out. How, okay, this one person had it on this floor. Okay, this person had it on this floor, and and thankfully we've gotten pretty much. I mean, an incredibly large percentage of people working from home, and they put all these resources into being able to do that well. But we had somebody, and I think my last day in the office was maybe two and a half weeks ago, but we had somebody on my floor who had been in the office basically until the 26th, who was just tested positive for it. So you're just like, okay, trying to do the math, like, okay, incubation period can be X date to X date, and they just started showing symptoms, and then they got positive test. Okay, well, how long was it before they actually got positive, before they started showing symptoms? Because they don't give you all that information. They don't tell you who it was. They don't tell you what side of the floor it was on. They just know it was on your, like, I started freaking out for a little bit. I was like, okay, I gotta take a deep breath because I can't be stressing like this. But yeah, this is real.
And I think just the overall of like working for a company that is actually benefiting, and which benefiting is not the greatest word, but like is more successful because this is happening. I think that's just a weird like social conflict too, of like all this stuff is happening, but like the company I'm working for has sales up like 200% over last year. So it's like yay for our company, but like the social aspect is like, I don't want to like make money off of this.
Right.
Hey,
like,
you got to make
thing.
that money.
But it's great that we can like bring food straight to people's doors so they don't have to worry about it. But
Yeah,
I'm with you, Russ.
I feel even more lucky to A, work in a small office, and B, have my own office where I can close the damn door. And never have I been so happy as to gotten the flu when I did, because I missed the last week before the shutdown happened anyway. So I missed time where I'd be hitting people that didn't, that brought it into the office not knowing they had it. So, yeah, it's weird to say I'm happy I got the flu, but I'm happy I got it when I did.
Shout out to the chat. Early shout out.
What
for you
chat?
All. By early, I mean 23 minutes in. We love you.
What
all.
chat?
You all are appreciated. The chat that's going ham right now. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I'm going old school here. I'm not sure if you guys can believe it or not. First one in the chat that I see here, One Dynasty Outhouse, whomever that is. Casey McCoy was cracking with you. Zach, the Tacit Assassin, who's wearing his open bar shirt as we speak. He said he's been wearing it for the last few days, but don't judge him because it's comfortable. So I'm not going to judge you at all.
Still got a shower, man. It's just you live in a house with people. Do
I'm
them a
wearing
favor.
an open bar shirt of sorts here too.
Yes, sir. Shoo.
Let's get it.
Hey, we're in full effect, Gabe. We are in full effect. I know we kind of glazed over it, but we're back.
Yeah,
Shoeval is in full effect.
it's in.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Stop saying that we're going to trade up for Jordan Love. We're not. If
Get
you
out
want
of
to
here
say
with
anything, we're trading up for Tua. That's fine. But
No.
that.
Shoe ball.
Chuval.
So wait, I want to
KLB.
get to a positive part of this quarantine thing. I want to know what
Yeah.
everyone's quarantine name is. Your quarantine name
Quarantine
is the
draft.
last thing you ate and your high school mascot. So my quarantine name is Cookie Mustang.
God, that's
I like
fire.
that one. Cookie Mustang.
Cookie
I'm writing
Mustang.
these down, by the
So
way.
FF
all
Cookie
pasta
Mustang.
bake.
I ate a W.
Listen, Jameis.
Sorry,
Settle down.
sorry,
We're not playing
Kane,
football.
Kane, what was the mascot, Kane?
Thunderhawk.
Oh,
The pasta bake Thunderhawk.
Yo, that's
Holy
a badass.
shit.
that is a
fucking
Yeah.
name.
Supper was delicious.
Okay.
You could have a
It was a
damn
meatball
rap
pasta
career
bake.
after this
Dude.
shit.
No
Dang.
one's fucking with you, bro.
I don't.
I was
Can you
feeling
fit
really good
FF
about
Pasta
mine.
Bake Thunderhawk in Twitter though?
I know, yeah.
Can
15. You need 15. I know these rules. 15 characters.
Yo, can we run through these? Gabe, what was yours? Did you say yours?
I did not. Let's see. I'm gonna flip mine here. Wait, is it food first and then
Food first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
you have-
So, a DiGiorno Ranger.
Nice. Oh man, Adam Wilby,
Sounded
Hot
better than
Pocket
Pizza
Hurricane.
Ranger. Sounded
Yeah,
better
but
than
go
Pizza
through these.
Ranger.
Shout out to Bill. Biscuit Trojan.
All right. Hold up.
Wait,
We got-
Bill, what did you have on your biscuit? Let's bring this back a few episodes.
Yes. Tell us,
Hey.
Bill. Buffalo Chicks Bulldogs. Buffalo
This
Chicken Bulldogs.
draft.
That's what that is.
Yeah. Casey, what are you?
Me?
Oh, the alliteration. Hot Pocket Hurricane.
I'm not a hot pocket hurricane. That sounds like a sexual connotation.
Yeah, we should put all of this in
Hurricane.
Urban
Yeah,
Dictionary
I
and see
can.
what
I can.
comes
I'm
I
up.
can
a,
see what happens there with the
Mozza-
hurricane.
mozzarella
Okay, Adam.
cheese sticks lion. That's not fun.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella stick lion. Mozzarella. Yeah, no, that doesn't
Mozzarella
work.
stick lion. I was pizza lion last night. It still didn't work.
I think you
I'm
need
good
to
with.
be more
No, we're gonna
specific.
stick with Pizza Lion. That sounds much better.
Pizza lion, but I need to like start eating some really eclectic food so I can be like the fucking cow tongue lion or some shit like that.
You ain't no pasta bake Thunderhawk.
No,
Nobody is a
strong.
pasta
That's so
baked
strong.
Thunderhawk.
But I also have like one of the most generic high school mascots, so it's not fair.
And Bill coming
Yeah,
out
I
with
wanna be
honey on his biscuit, the honey biscuit Trojan.
Thunderhawk.
Yes, sir. Honey Biscuit Trojan.
Honey biscuit
Those
Trojan.
were all strong. Those were all very. I'm excited about all of those. Extra special shout out DG Daryl Gullett, your boy Black Dynasty Law Gabe. Another one of our alumni from another one of our alum
GBF.
in the building.
What did
Every
do?
time you say that, I just think about Line of Best Fit, but it's
Line of
obviously
Best
not
GB.
Line of Best Fit.
GBF. Linguini Lion. That's fire too.
Linguini
I
Line.
That
just, I
is
just,
fire.
I just like alliteration.
See,
no
okay,
matter
that's
what.
Yeah.
cool. So I'm gonna have to
I
go
was
eat
I
some.
was I was lasagna Jaguars. And I don't like that a lot. But
No, you need like
yeah, the
What's a wo-
alliteration's key.
yeah, you gotta. I don't know J foods, jackfruit. I don't know.
Wait,
Fucking
hold on. I have
vegans.
The jackfruit jackalopes.
Mm.
This all started from
Wow.
my boy Brian Haar, who
No, he's
had
not.
changed his. Well, he didn't start it, but the
Your
reason I
boy?
know what it is.
Yeah, your boy. He's your enemy.
I thought he was your enemy.
He's
I
your
mean,
open,
apparently he's my mortal enemy. I did
he's
not
your
know
open
this.
bar enemy, at least, because you hold
Hmm.
the record, and he tried to come at you, and he was unsuccessful.
Ooh.
Oh, he's cute. He always tries.
What's
to
the
one-up me.
record, by the
Whatever.
way?
Oh, who the
Can't
fuck
say
knows?
for
A really
sure.
goddamn long time. That's he changed his Twitter name to Meatloaf Wildcat, and I'm like, all right. I feel like I know you pretty well, Brian. What the fuck is Meatloaf Wildcat? And that's when he told me about this quarantine name.
Oh,
So right away, I'm like, okay, what the hell did I just do? Yeah, okay, I just ate a cookie. So yeah, I am the Cookie Mustang.
Cookie Mustang.
I like it.
Strong. I like those.
Was it a macadamia nut? I need the alliteration.
Yeah, what is-
Macadamia nut Mustang.
No, it was the
You
chocolate
just
chip.
lie and say that it was.
Yes, it was.
That's what
White
I thought.
chocolate macadamia Mustang.
Yep, the macadamia Mustang. FF.
Okay, now let's let's flip this on its head real quick. Let's take the same thing that we're doing right now,
Okay.
and let's take our one of your favorite current NFL players as the last name, and the first name is your favorite cookie.
Hmm.
So it can be brand, it
So
can be
many
type of
cookies,
cookie,
though.
it can be any of those things. But it's your a favorite cookie or a cookie that you like a lot, and pair it with your favorite player. So cookie first.
All my
Player
favorite
last.
players are retired.
One of my favorite players.
This one's already strong. First one in the chat. He switched the name up, but I like it.
I mean, I'm a hit him with the just go right in with the alliteration, the double consonant alliteration, the chocolate chip chub.
Oh.
You can't handle this.
Do we need to keep going after that? Because that's sort of just one.
Yeah,
101 chocolate chip chub. It's good.
Look, I think we know the most important position in the NFL is kickers. And
That's true.
I think we all know that Justin Tuck is the best kicker. And just to start some shit, I'm going to go with Tag Along Tuck.
Also
Yeah.
strong.
Tag Along Tucker.
Tag
I
along
can't come
Tucker.
up with anything.
The tag along tuck kind of sounds a little different.
Tag along
Yeah,
tuck.
maybe we need to go to Urban Dictionary on that one.
Yeah, that one as well. Yeah.
No, that's just when you have a boner and you got to tuck it into your waistband.
And it just went from 6 to midnight.
Man.
That's the tag along tuck.
And we are a half hour into this show somehow already, and we have had both Gabe and J Mike hiding their face at some point. I call that a victory. So wind this down.
Tag along tuck's funny.
Tag along tuck. Oh man. Savannah Smile Smith Schuster. That's
What is
that's-
this?
Oh,
Savannah
that's a good
Smile.
one. God, I can't go.
that's a Girl Scout cookie.
Scout
An
cookie?
a rather inferior one, but
What is it though?
Never heard of
I've
it.
never heard of this before.
I am
I'm
fat
gonna
and
look it
I've
up.
never heard of that.
I've
The
heard of it,
Savannah
but I
Smile?
couldn't tell you what it
Like
is.
I did a little bit of Girl Scout cookie research because I was trying to make a Girl Scout cookie name game for tonight,
Yeah.
and I did not see Savannah Smile anywhere.
Okay.
I can't remember
So I
which
think-
one that is.
So I think you're making it up, Wildy.
Wow.
Calling you
this
out.
is- No, I think that is
it's definitely
something.
real. It's definitely real. I mean, we made shirts for it. I know I had to look up Savannah Smile and figure out how to get that onto a shirt.
Oh, this one's so disappointing though.
Wildy says
Wait
they
till
were
you-
unfortunately discontinued recently. Sounds like a likely
Oh.
excuse.
Is
R.I.P..
he
There's-
DM? Oh no, there it is. I was like, is he DMing you?
There's a
Like, separately? What the
1982
heck?
film. Let's see, what do we got? I'm trying to Google this. All I'm getting is a film from 1982.
Yo, this is the description on the box was crisp,
Okay.
zesty lemon wedge cookies dusted with powdered
Oh.
sugar.
Lemon cookies are good.
I
Oh,
hate lemon.
We just call them
Yeah.
something
No.
different over here. Like they're delicious cookies.
Well, no, because the lemon cookies now don't have the sugar on them anymore. I think, right?
I know.
a
It's awful.
bite-sized treat with a dusting of confectioner sugar and a lemony kick.
And a lemony kick.
All about the lemony kick.
like a kicker.
Give it a little.
Look, gifted little kicker.
I don't know, guys.
Wow.
All right.
There's
I
a
mean-
13-minute video on Girl Scout cookies ranked from first to worst.
Oh,
worst to
shit.
first.
Stream it.
Was that by me?
It's by Mash. but- yeah, sure. It's by you.
Sounds
So-
like something I would do.
I just want to.
What? What do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
I
Well,
want to shoot.
I want to
What
shoot.
you wanna
Ah,
shoot,
yes.
shoot, shoot, shoot.
That's pretty perfect. I want to talk about something that our fellow brother over at DLF, John Bosch, was.
Your subordinate.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna let that go. Um,
Johnny.
So Bosch had an exercise, and I wanted to be able to talk with him about it last week when he was actually on, but we ran out of time. We talked about a lot of other things, had a lot of fun, but it's something that I do want to talk with you all about. Also, sugar digs. Wow, that was good, Casey. Thank you for that. Sugar
Mhm.
digs. So one of the things that I think is important is this idea of forecasting values, and one of and I think this is all in your wheelhouse, obviously, Russ, when it comes to trading. But when we're talking about forecasting values for what we think is going to take place for next year, this was all inspired or brought back up in my mind by our friend Adam Wilde, who we're in Trade Addict 6 with. He's got Mike Evans, the Mike Evans. What does Mike Evans have to do, Mike Evans? as well as Keenan Allen. And he says, hey, he's looking. He just put in the chat that he's looking to trade those guys.
Ooh, I missed that.
Yeah, he's all about it, and it wasn't not the YouTube chat, but in like our league chat. Anyhow, when we forecast values for guys like that, I just finished up with the quarterbacks because this is a rather exhausting thing to do, to take what John Bosch did, find the time to be able to truly feel like where you have these tier breaks and whatnot going. Where is there ever a scenario for you guys? And I'm curious if I'm the only one that thinks this. Is there a scenario next year where both Tua and Joe Burrow are valued as top 12 quarterbacks?
Yeah.
No.
Are you serious?
You probably are already.
So thirsty, bro.
Okay. Is there a scenario where Kyler Murray passes Deshaun Watson in
He has
what
already.
you perceive value? He has? You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Fucking
With
info.
the move of Hopkins, 100%. I mean, who the hell is
But
Watson
they got
throwing to
there.
right now?
Yeah.
Was it Stills, David
So,
Johnson?
Cootie.
Stills, Fuller, and
Fuller.
Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb.
Oh yeah, RIP Kiki QD because Randall
Yeah,
Cobb.
R.I.P. Yeah.
I mean, dude, halfway through the season, you were saying
RIP
RIP.
already.
I don't know what he did to Bill O'Brien. Like maybe he was too good, and Bill O'Brien's like, no, we're not about that life here.
Frustrating.
Okay. I've got one more I want to throw out to you guys because when I went through these, I felt like a crazy person doing some of these ranks, or tiering, if you will. What is Teddy Bridgewater's ceiling?
That's about it, right?
How far above the water is it?
Oh,
Itch.
damn it, Gabe. By the way,
It's a
I pulled up
pretty-
I pulled up your website's ADP for March, and Tua is 12, Joe Burrow is 13. So I mean, they kind of are QB1s already at this
Okay.
point.
So I'm feeling less crazy. That's good.
Okay.
All right.
And every year that passes, Aaron Rodgers is going to go down. So by the end of the year, he'll fall below them too anyway.
Well, wellness check on John Hogue, please.
I was hoping he would just like John Hogue sense tingled and like he'd show up on the stream somehow. And yeah,
By the way, he is the
Wildy,
best
I saw
person
that
to
too.
co-own a
Burrow,
team with.
Tua over Burrow was a little surprising to me.
Co-owning a
What'd you
team
say,
with
Kate?
John Bosch is amazing.
John
Yeah.
Bosch or John Hogue?
Or with John Hogue, rather. Yeah. He just makes me draft quarterbacks repeatedly.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh my god! If I owned a team with John Bosch, we would implode because we are.
How would you be
literally,
able to?
Like one of us is Neo and one of us is Agent Smith. I'm not sure which is which right now, but we are like the antithesis of each other. That dude is like he has a number and that's what matters. Value is value is value, and I'm just like, fuck it. I want to trade right now. I'm just gonna hit accept and not look at this trade. Which I have done in the past maybe 4 to 6 days, by the way.
Damn, why did I not get in on that shit?
Well, the rough thing is in 7, I own the team with Har, so that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
By the way, TA 6, 7, and 8 all being represented right now.
So,
You trying to trade in TA8? Is that what I'm hearing?
I've
Yes,
been
live
trying,
trade.
Swag.
he's trying to
Being a
trade
pain
in
my
every
ass.
league, right?
Always.
Every fucking league.
Okay, what
I can
really
send a trade right
I
now,
forgot who
sure.
it was that tweeted out asking about your most owned players. And my 3 most owned players are Allen Robinson, Calvin Ridley, and Tyler Boyd, which is the most obvious thing I've ever said in my entire life. But the problem is I can't trade them away because I value them just so much more
Yeah.
than everyone else. So it's so hard to trade them away because they're just like, look, trade analyzer, ADP, give me all the actual proof you want. Can't help it, man. I just think Ridley's better than that. It's made it very hard to actually trade, and it's breaking my brain that sooner or later I will just accept one just so I can say, fuck it, I traded one of them away.
So, Russ, since you're talking about trading, do you get upset if no one sends a counter after they decline your trade?
Oh my god, this dude's thread got so much fun. So Kane put out a poll. I forgot what the exact question was. Was like, do you
It
put in?
says, do you get upset when no one counters your trade offers?
And then it turned into commenting, and then people started jumping in the middle of arguments, not knowing who was arguing what side, and it was fantastic. I jumped in just because I saw Kane talking to Brian, and I'm like, no, I'm getting in the middle of this. I can't have this. And so I think I just started arguing both sides in one comment.
Yeah.
And then I went on a work call to get back, and then there's just one dude jumped in, and he was arguing with Kane, but he was arguing the point Kane was standing for. And then Kane was like, dude, that's what I've been arguing this whole time. And then the dude's like, oh, and then went on a full 240 or 280 characters agreeing. We're like, all right, man, you probably should have just read something before you jumped in. But I don't really, I guess we shouldn't be expecting
it was my thread. Like, I made the tweet to start with. Like, just read the question.
Why would you do that? You know what I don't like is when I'm not going to name names, but when they're like, "Oh, I can't give up a quarterback without a quarterback."
Yeah, that was me.
I'm just kidding. I love you.
Well, I just
love
never
you.
understood.
I know.
I just never understood the whole process of, like, why would you be mad at someone because they didn't counter your trade? Like, you have as much possibility. Like, if Russ declines my trade, I can just ask him, Russ, why did you decline that trade? Like, I don't need to wait for him to say something to me. I can send another trade. Yeah. I can send 8 trades at once if I want to.
Yeah. You're not going to hurt anybody's feelings by throwing shit out there.
Right. And everyone's like, oh, but they need to counter back because that.
Why?
Because
what if they don't want to fucking make the trade? Like, they don't want to make the fucking trade.
Who gives a shit?
Like, yeah.
100%.
There's plenty of other people in your fucking league that you can trade with.
The people that have,
I think there's
such like diehard stances are in shitty leagues. That's what it comes down to.
That's why you need to get out of the shitty leagues.
I think there's 70 comments on that one poll, and about half of them just say, I don't like it when people just don't respond. And I was like, but that's not the question here. Like,
no.
The question was like, do you get upset?
Wow.
Like, I don't like it when they just don't respond at all. And it's like, so
Nobody's reading your fucking tweet.
Nobody scrolls up.
Cool, dude.
How is it hard to fucking read a tweet? I don't understand that.
It's hey man, these people that were claiming Twitter's going to die when they go to 280, they had it right all along. It's too far. That's past people's attention span. They ain't scrolling up anymore.
Too much. And I feel like trade etiquette is something that people get super worked up about. And I'm with you, Kane, in that like if I don't want to counter, I'm not going to counter, and I'm not beholden to counter or comment or anything. Like
well,
I don't know.
You don't just like. I don't require anything from you. Like, I sent the trade. If you don't like it, who gives a shit? Like,
hey, it's your fucking prerogative, yo.
It's like, it's not like, oh, now I can't send any more trades to J Mike because I have to wait for him to send something back to me because I sent him this last thing. It's like, there's 2 ways to communication. It's not like you send something and then you wait for anyone to ever say something back to you. Like, that's not how life works.
What if somebody sends you a trade, but then they revoke it real quick, and then they send you a shitty trade, but the trade beforehand was like pretty dope? Are you like, what the fuck?
Well, that's
going
different
on
because I have absolutely
then I
messed up. Like, I have many times forgot to click players on their side.
And I get that, but what if it's like completely different?
And then I just send a message to Russ and be like, the fuck? Like, what is this?
I think it's really funny. I'd be like, wait, hold the phone. The first trade you offered was pretty, like, at least even.
I mean, that doesn't happen to me. And all I do is I'll DM them and be like, yo, I'll do that first one.
Shitty about being able to see what a person offered you, they revoke it. You're like, okay, whoops. I've done it too. I've forgotten players, and I'm like, shit, I don't want this person to think I'm a total dumbass, but I am.
No, but I think that's I don't know. I've definitely been there because sometimes you'll hit the send, and then you'll see the actual like culmination of the trade that you sent, and I look at it, I'm just like, oh hell no. Revoke
How did I do
right
that? But then
you're
like, shit, I'm sorry, dude. Like, and then I like get in there and I start typing, and I'm like, I'm so very sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm not a fucking dumbass, but I am. The end.
Well, then I had one guy make a comment.
Don't catch it. and they accepted.
Oh shit.
One guy made a comment on this thread and then goes, I just went through and made counters to all the recent offers that I hadn't. Thanks for the reminder. And it's like, I don't think you realize what this poll was meant to do.
No.
Like, you just took something, not what I was talking about.
All right, hold on. I'm going to go counter Willie's trade right now.
What are you countering? What are you sending there, Russ?
He's coming for Nuke, but he did not come nearly strong enough. That's all I'll say, because if he's anything like my nemesis Har, he doesn't like things being talked about in public, so I don't want to call him out too bad, but I'll just let him know right now. Not enough, Adam. Disrespect. Maybe, you know what? I'm offended. I'm not even gonna counter because I get offended by trade offers.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna counter or comment. Just so pissed. Just so pissed.
Be like, listen.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I'm still learning how to trade, but I like it. Thanks, Russ, for your stupid suggestion to be in a trade addicts league.
Fuck that. I remembered recently that we had you on our show before.
Yeah,
you
when
were
I wasn't
in
even in. I said I will be a fucking trade addict. Blah blah blah. You got me, Russ. You got me.
I found my favorite comment about this thread. A guy told me that
oh god,
if someone didn't message him first asking about the trade, he just flat out declines it if it's sent over.
Oh my god!
It's like do not message me. I don't want to talk to you. I hate people.
Like, I require people to.
Now I'm going to be terrified to message Casey in the future now.
Well, you made me a shirt, so you're on my good side.
Whee! By the way, ffpodshirts.storeenvy.com. Go buy Casey's shirt. It's fucking awesome. I made it when I was drunk one day.
Super dope. It's super rad. Rad. Look, I wear my hat for you and everything. I changed my hat just
and
for
Sam
you.
told me I'm allowed to say I'm gonna try throwing rad into normal conversation because someone I've never talked to before said I'm cool enough to do it. So I'm gonna try it.
It's gonna give it a shot. Gonna give it the old
Russ,
college
I just
try.
agreed to a trade in a DM. So I'm trading Miles Sanders and Everett for DJ Moore.
That is so cheap. I'm jealous.
You are acquiring DJ
Power
Moore.
roll, baby.
Yeah.
Wait, are they
that's
listening?
pretty
Should I
neat.
not say that right now? That is such an even trade. You should absolutely accept it when it comes through on the actual site.
It's a Devi league. They don't listen to fun things.
Oh, ew. Then why the hell are you trying to get me into Devi stuff if they don't do fun things?
No, they just don't listen to fun podcasts.
Oh, they only listen to yours.
Oh.
Aw,
Yeah,
thanks.
like I wouldn't say mine's like super fun. It's like, do you want to hear me ramble for an hour and a half while I disagree with Caleb?
Oh, look at that!
Want me to read
that's
off?
my shirt.
Hey.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look
Look at this. You got this going on. You can see these tats, but hey, baby.
Well, why is that guy
Word.
moving?
Ooh,
You can do
well,
that.
don't
Work
look
it,
to the
girl.
side now. Oh,
Ooh.
hey.
I just want to take the dude home. What's up, boy?
Dang. Are
That
you
goes
wearing?
against the few things
Is
I
he
know.
wearing Casey or is he wearing you?
Ooh.
So,
I
boy,
don't-
I need
don't
a
know what
sugar
I
daddy
said.
to go out and
I was
get
trying to switch
groceries.
it up.
Hey, you about to get in trouble. Your wife gonna be upstairs ASAP.
Yep.
She like a black man. She'll be all right.
Hey, let's
Look,
go.
if this dude goes get groceries, I think she'll allow it.
2020, we in here.
2020, we in here. I wish shirts fit me that well.
Oh shoot,
Dude, ain't nobody looks like that in real life. It's fine. Maybe Gabe does, but that's about it.
Listen,
Depending on how
Gabe-
many beers I had that week.
I put a
Look
shirt
at him
on
in
this
that
morning
tank
and I
top.
go, is this a medium or a large? Because it
Yeah.
did not look great.
Gabe has bore quite a bit of skin over the last
Yeah, yeah.
at least 2 years.
When are y'all
in
putting out
various-
Calendar.
Ooh.
Yo,
Oh, right?
what?
Right?
What are we talking about here?
Open bar calendar?
Open bar
Oh,
calendar
the open bar
featuring
calendar.
Eve.
Oh my! Now I'm just picturing Gabe
Shorts.
without a shirt on, in jean shorts, pouring Thin
Shorts.
Mints all over himself.
Yes.
No, you know what he's gonna do? I can already tell you. Whatever his birth month is. He'll have the Thin Mints, This is something that he would likely do too. Like, I will not put this past him. He'll have the Thin Mint in a hot tub all around him and like over him while he's legitimately bucket naked amongst Thin Mints.
Hanging out with Thin Mint.
Hi, Mr. May. How you doing? Alliteration, Thin Mint May. Hey.
Thin Mint May.
Alliteration. Thin Mint May.
I think we just found a theme for the open bar in the month of May right now.
Yes.
Yes. Live from his hot tub. It's gay.
Are we filling the hot tub with Thin Mints or?
Yes.
You have to, bro.
Yes.
All right.
Thin Mint May.
That's very expensive, though.
All right.
No, you got.
You guys got the lockdown on the Thin
I'll be right
Mints?
back.
Look, let's be honest. You got to throw like a layer of saran wrap down, and then just do one layer of the cookies so they don't sink. That's
Oh,
a lot of
yeah.
fucking cookies.
That's a good idea. I haven't thought
You
of that.
Oh,
Some
like the
Girl
guys
Scout
who
very
show off
happy
their
if you buy
money,
them
they
all
have
day.
$100 bill on top, but all the ones are underneath. Yeah.
And these are tricks of the trade with Casey and Russ.
We're gonna make music videos. So you guys watch out.
What
Man,
For
thought,
sure.
those
Send
tubs
music
were
videos.
full of whatever they had in there the whole time.
what you thought was Austin Eckler was actually Bishop Sankey. Enjoy.
Whoa.
Stop. That's
Wow.
rude. I was having such a good night.
In their rookie drafts, Bishop
Bishop
Sankey was drafted earlier.
Sankey.
Just saying.
Dang.
Facts.
You need some more Samaje P. Ryan too.
P. Ryan? Oh, you?
You got another
Hey, we're
P.
gonna have a
Ryan
new
in
P.
this
Ryan
draft.
coming.
Yeah, LaMichael.
People love some LaMichael.
I think it's
they're
just
starting
Kyle.
to
The first
pronounce
time I
his
saw
name-
that
his last
name-
differently.
So
Well, the first time I saw that name, I thought his name was Lamical,
oh,
which didn't sound like a real name.
It sounds like a foot
Lamical
fungus.
P. Ryan. I was like, all right.
Alan
That's his
Lazard.
name from now on.
Lamisil or whatever.
Lazard.
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 Well, speaking of, we could do that. Okay, let's get to Eckler or Gordon first. The answer is Gordon.
And then we can
That
get to
was
your
easy.
name then. Yes.
Is it?
I'm with it, Russ. Just curious, what do you guys think, Eckler or Gordon?
Oh, Gordon,
wait.
easy.
As Bill Latin put it in the chat, Eckler or Eckler, because apparently he says that Russ always says Eckler.
Eckler.
Not
No, I
Austin.
don't. Austin
You
Eckler.
probably do.
You take that up with Bill Latin in our chat. He made a video on his way home, like not 2 hours ago, that said
Latin's a
always
dead
say
language.
Eckler. Eckler.
Dude, I have been ignoring GroupMe apparently. I apologize.
Eckler.
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 Eckler Gordon.
Eckler.
To be fair,
Eckler.
it's spelled Eckler. So if I do screw it, if I do that, do, haha.
Doo-doo.
I'm just
Eckler.
being
Eckler.
phonetically reasonable. That's what I'm doing.
What about you, Pasta Baked Thunderhawk? What do you say?
Pasta
up,
baked
Doug?
Thunderhawk.
So hot.
I was
right
trying
now.
to send Russ a trade. What's the question? Eckler or Gordon?
Yeah.
I'll take Eckler.
Okay.
Okay. No, hold on. Let's just talk
taking
about
Gordon
why
out.
Kane's wrong for a second.
Well,
It's-
I play in PPR leagues, so I want all.
Is
those
he going to get
points.
100
Not
targets from
just
a
some of
quarterback
the
that's
points.
not Phillip Rivers?
Talk about
Any
it.
quarterback? That's their offense.
Phillip Rivers.
You think their offense changes just because the quarterback isn't there?
Phillip Rivers couldn't throw the
Yeah.
ball more than 6 yards. That's why he had to keep dumping it off.
So get him another
Is that
guy
what-
like that.
Is that why Mike Williams had 20 plus catches over 20 yards because he couldn't throw the ball
Because he
more
only
than
had
6 yards?
27 total catches.
So that seems like he threw it more than 6 yards how many times?
27 times.
Seven.
Out of
So
how
he
many
can
throws
throw it
this
over
season?
6 yards.
So he can do it.
That's my point. Casey's with me.
Yeah, when he has the 6 steps to run forward and the 6 seconds that his windup will have to take,
The
for him to
javelin.
reach
The
all the way
javelin.
back and throw with all of his energy, and I just knock shit over.
No,
when I
it's
was
just
doing
that his ankle itches. You don't get it.
You don't get it. We're on the same
It's
fucking
just itchy
page.
ankles.
Look at that.
All
You
right,
two
let's
were
see what
fighting this
happens
morning,
here.
and now you're
We were
just like,
fighting.
buds
Well,
ganging
it's
up
not my
on
fault.
me.
He's more
Unbelievable.
popular than I am on the internet.
Speaking of
I-
Mike
okay,
Williams,
I shouldn't
just
have
gonna
won
trade for
ever.
him, Casey, just now. Trade Addict
What?
7.
What about it?
A trade.
Something went
TA7.
down. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, possibly.
For
I
the
mean,
record, can we before we completely leave this and go to your all straights,
I know
can
what that is.
can we open bar bet Eckler versus Gordon this year?
I'm down.
Yes.
I'll take Gordon.
100%. I'm taking Eckler.
Sweet.
Eckler.
We'll just
Casey and I on the same page.
Can we just say
E,
fantasy
baby.
points per game? For the
Do
season,
it.
fantasy points per game.
Yes, please
Sweet.
do.
What are the stakes?
Put it
I have
down.
no idea. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
that
see, it's
confident in it.
Medium rare,
Wait,
Russ.
I'm very not confident in Eckler, so I'll just say that.
Somebody's got me. All right, hold on. I have a trade over here.
I told
I
you.
forgot the specs.
Trade.
The specs.
Yes, there's.
I haven't
Russ,
looked at
don't be mad
AEP
for this
in
trade
years.
offer.
My own website's subscription
Is that you?
expired. So
You're the one who sent. What's going on here?
yeah, I sent it.
Okay, I didn't. Well, your name's not there, so I don't fucking know who you are.
Gabe, get with it, man.
Ooh,
How you
looking
let
for-
your own? How you let your own?
I'm looking for a fucking man bun. I don't see any man buns. I just see a fucking hammer. I guess that's the same fucking thing. Okay.
Get off GOMH. Get off my hammer.
Is that what that stands for?
All right. I'm gonna-
Can you say this day and age?
Give me a second. Get
Y'all-
off my hammer. He handed
Y'all
me.
were,
He
y'all were
handed
hating
me.
on, y'all were hating on
handed
me
me.
when it was draft season, so I said get off my hammer. All my other team names are GOMD, but I made
All
it
right.
special for y'all to say get off my
Why?
hammer.
What does that stand for?
Because well, I mean, H is for hammer.
Oh gosh.
I gotta
Russ,
sit
how do you
here.
feel about Derrick Henry?
Ooh.
I love him this year.
We're gonna
Ask,
end up getting
Casey, ask them, make them decide.
This is okay. This is a trade, okay? I'm not going to tell you who's what. I'm just going to mix it up. All right. Randall Cobb, year 2020, draft pick 2.01 for Mike Williams.
I'll take the 201 over Mike Williams.
Me too.
Yup.
Does it help at all that it's in
That's-
Superflex?
No.
Does it help at all?
201 makes
I
me
was-
feel even better about the
Yeah.
that side.
So-
Uh-huh.
So that's how I'm leaning.
Who's got which is the question.
So like 201 in a rookie draft in a 12 team is going to get you like high side Jalen Rager, Cam Akers,
Let's say it's in a
Clyde
league.
Edwards-Helaire, low
Higgins.
side like Denzel Mims.
Well,
Right.
I just pulled up
Higgins
your
is rookie
guys'
boy.
website, Superflex rookie mock drafts for ADP of March. And well, this technically pick 14 because we do the 113 as the toilet bowl prize. So
Oh,
pick
that's
14
bogus.
is Henry Ruggs. 15 is Justin Jefferson. So we're gonna say Justin Jefferson's the better pick. So I'll take Justin Jefferson over Mike
gosh.
Williams.
If Justin
thing is, like-
Jefferson falls to 201,
So the dynasty trade calculator, which you know how I feel about, screenshots of trade calculators.
no, Casey,
Has
How
Mike
do you
Williams.
feel about screenshots of trade calculators?
I don't want them. I have it. I own it. I buy it. So calm the fuck down. I know how to use a trade calculator. You don't have to show me how to use a trade calculator.
I'll
It
send
says
you a
Mike
picture of one.
Williams.
It's cool.
Hey, you know what? I was using a trade calculator and then it wasn't free anymore. So then I couldn't use it anymore. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Here we go. Mike Williams, it says 15.7. It says the rookie pick 201 is 11.1 and Randall Cobb is 1.7. But my heart says that's not correct.
Is that did you have the Superflex setting on, Casey?
I got it for our league. I imported all of our settings for our
Oh,
league. So,
okay,
yeah.
gotcha. Yep.
Yeah. But, so if you want to feel like you won the trade when I accept this, then here we go.
I'm just kind of doing a trade like to
No,
do it on
I
the show.
accepted it.
Like I don't
No.
care.
My team in that league is so bad because Jake Anderson fleeced me so hard in that league.
And left the fucking league. Do you believe
And then
that?
left the fucking league. So it was my first year, actually, I was in the Dynasty Origins shit, right? Where nobody made trades and everybody was like, whatever. And I was like, come on, dudes. So I left that league because I was like, I want to actually trade. So Russ is like, I got an opportunity for you. Come on, man. And he opened up his little trench coat. He's got trade addicts right here. I was like, all right, give me some of that trade addict.
And nothing else.
So I got up in there. Yeah, nothing else. But my eyes went towards Trade Addict 7. I wasn't looking at
Well,
anything
apparently a
else.
white man's got no chance with Casey. So
No, with me, I don't care. I am not a discriminatory
Hold my-
person.
hold my hammer.
Hold on, hold my hand. Okay, so Hammer over here was like, "Hey, yo, you're getting fleeced." I was like, "Hey, I know it already happened." Like, you know what I'm saying? So I had multiple people in that league being like, "Yo, dude, like, hold on," and then so I started going, "Jake the Snake, no big deal." But so they were like, "Well, you know, if you want to like blow up your team and start all over, it's all cool." And I was like, "Nah, I just stick with my shitty ass team and show you what's up." But then you got guys like Russ who's like, "Oh, me and my evil best friend or whatever, like, we're not going to trade with you." Isn't that what you said?
Man,
Hard is so hard.
The worst.
Hard the hardest. He's like, "Nah, I'm good."
So he's smart and it's the worst. It like
God, why
cares about value and stuff like that.
Why can't they all be dumb people? Like, I don't understand.
Hey Russ, accept that.
But we just made a trade. So ding, ding, ding. We did it. We made a trade.
201 and Randall Cobb in Superflex for Mike Williams.
I only did it because Randall Cobb's eyes are so beautiful.
They are.
I figured you might still have a soft spot for him.
I mean,
I have to go.
I always have his eyes. Please do. We were on the podcast Saturday when it was like a bunch of women drinking wine. I think my whole entire segment was Randall Cobb's eyes. So.
Oh damn! What color is that?
It's like a lost in it green, kind of like
seriously
twinkly beauty. Man, why did I get married to a chick when Randall Cobb's out there? I don't know.
Seriously, man.
Same thing, right? You said the same thing. Woo, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. So what? We did the trade. Everyone hates it.
We did the trade. Either way, both ways. Everybody hates him.
Mike Williams' side, but we all love Casey, and that is certain. So,
thanks.
Yeah. Do we have Russ? Do we have a game, man?
Yeah. You want to do the name game?
Yeah.
Russ, did you accept that trade?
Should we wait? Should we bullshit for a little longer? Are we good?
No, let's do it.
Russ, look at my trade.
Whatever you want to do.
I already rejected it, Kane.
Oh, man.
Did you really?
Oh, he rejected it? Did he even offer a counter?
Did you counter?
I was about to, and then Gabe dropped. We should do the name game. So
I didn't even see a comment.
I'm sorry. We can
put
bullshit
a tweet up. See what idiots decide to comment.
J Mike and I can talk about Minshew for a while or something.
That's fine.
Nobody wants that. Okay, so we got a name game.
All right,
and for the is Randall Cobb the 101 in the best eyes draft?
I don't know anybody else's eyes who are as pretty.
His eyes are pretty green.
One player.
Miles Austin.
Miles Austin.
Miles Austin's got some pretty eyes too.
Miles Austin. Kelvin Benjamin was just a beautiful looking man.
But Miles Austin also has that super tan skin. You put that right next to them eyes.
Where that guy go to school?
That's my wife's number 101 in life draft. She's like,
what's up, Josh Trotter? Hope you're well, man.
Randall Cobb.
McCaffrey's probably got some nice, like he probably got some blue eyes, right? Like
I'm too busy looking at his like abs and shit.
Blonde, and he's probably got some blue eyes. Trying to look through some guys here for some other good eyes.
All right, hold on. Let's see what's happening if we Google nicest.
NFL eyes.
Pat Mahomes has some nice eyes, doesn't he?
Free size in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers. What?
Aaron Rodgers has like crackhead eyes.
Get him out of here. Yeah, get him out of here.
What? I don't know who. Oh, Pinterest. No. You can't trust that shit. Oh, here we go. Look at those eyes. Cobb NFL honors.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Strong. Strong. I think he is the 101. I think you're right, Trotter.
Yeah.
Randall Cobb is the 101 of ours. Miles Austin was a good one.
He knows a whole lot more than I do.
Why are you watching WWE?
Adam Gay's best eyes.
Oh, damn.
Dave, you're a nut, man.
I just peeped into the other room to see what my wife's doing. She's currently watching WWE. So,
and we're talking about
everyone would be interested.
Football players with the best eyes.
Best eyes.
Wait, what comes on Tuesdays?
Tell her to look that up. That could be our homework.
I don't know. It's saying hashtag Royal Rumble.
Yeah, probably like Royal
Oh,
Rumble from
Rumble.
2008 or something. They're just re-airing
Yeah, nothing's
everything.
on right now.
I watched WrestleMania 30 last year.
It's from January. She's rewatching.
January. Rewatching.
Hmm.
There's nothing else on.
She loved it so
8.
much the first time. She goes, one more time.
Derek
Shay
Carr.
Caldwell.
Gross.
Derek Carr.
He wears
Come on,
eyeliner,
man.
dude. He
Oh,
looks
damn,
like
I
the
just-
dude from
eyeliner?
Fall Out
Come on,
Boy.
Aton.
No,
Come on,
that's
man.
that's
So
natural, man.
intense.
That's just what his eyes look like. Oh man, I just found a
His
picture
eye-
of Miles Austin. Holy
Hot
shit, you're
topic.
right.
He's a beautiful man, right?
Yeah, he went to college in my my county.
Oh, he went to college. Yeah.
In my county, baby. Mon man.
Yeah, college.
Represent. I didn't go there or anything, but I worked like 6 minutes from there. Yeah.
What's up, Miles?
Okay.
So
let's get
Russ,
this-
how far off was that trade?
Oh yes. How far?
See, the thing is, like,
Ooh.
I can't
So it
take
was
personal
Derrick
bias
Henry
out of
for
it.
Kenny
You have to
Galladay.
wait till he's sober.
Oh no, that's again me drunk is a lot of the times I just hit yes. But the thing is, like,
Damn. Okay. Next time you have
he's
a drink,
offered.
let
Okay,
me
no,
know.
let's talk about this. He offered me Derrick Henry for Kenny Galladay. I know
Okay.
that Derrick Henry is probably, in most people's opinions, worth more. The problem is that dude's probably done after next year.
Yeah.
Like, what is he after next year?
I like your.
But that's what we said this
Think-
year.
think-
What is Derrick Henry
Yeah.
after this past season?
Well, no, because I mean, we assumed
Well,
he was
we
going to
said
get franchise
it.
tag
but
for a
He's a
while.
running back, right?
So
He's a
I
running
think
back.
that's revisionist history because we thought that Ryan Tannehill was not going to get re-signed and he get the franchise
Oh.
tag. I don't think community wise that we were all about Derrick Henry coming right back on the franchise tag. I'm playing B side of the coin right now. That's all.
Oh no, there has to be a B side, but I never thought for the life of me Derrick Henry was going anywhere. And if he went
I
somewhere, I
either.
think his value would be higher if he did. Because if someone gave him more than a 1-year contract, you know that they are paying him to be what he was in Tennessee, but he'd have more than a year at it.
Yeah.
Now, Tennessee has no reason not to run him into the frickin' ground and just let him go away after that. Like, he's going to fade into nothingness after this, right?
No.
Like Thanos snap type
Like-
nothingness or
But
Pretty
we
much,
said
yeah.
that-
Like, he's
We've said that multiple times about like other running backs that played on the tag. We said that the first time Lev Bell got tagged,
yeah. What's he now?
I don't know. Some
but
people need
he's,
something.
he still got another contract. It's not our fault that he took a year off. Like he played 1 year on the tag.
Yeah, but we thought Bell was going to get signed somewhere. We just never thought he'd get the money that he wanted, which he didn't. But he's talented enough to get that money somewhere. Derrick Henry, I mean, there's not that many teams that play that style of football anymore. Like, unless John Fox
Oh,
is coming
running
back,
back-
and Derrick Henry might be screwed.
so
I
what
hate
is
running backs.
so at this point what is let's step away from Henry for a second. What is the value of Kenny Galladay? A guy in startup ADP amongst wide receivers is going 14th. So sandwiched between Cortland Sutton, Julio Jones, and right in front of DK Metcalf and Cooper Kupp.
Sounds about right.
I mean, but
I
like,
mean-
what's that value of that player right now? Because I think Derek Carr. I mean, I think it feels like again, outside of speaking, that Derrick Henry's fair value. I'm trying for you here, Kane. But I don't know. I find that offer really interesting.
In our startup, which happened a month ago, almost
I
exactly,
took him at the
Kenny
501.
Galladay was taking 309. Derrick Henry was taking 501.
I just feel like the wide receiver position has more opportunity to go up than the running back position does.
Don't tell Russ that.
what?
That's why I'm trying to sell Derrick Henry.
I know
I
that's
mean,
why you're trying to sell
was-
Derrick Henry. I'm not dumb.
But Derrick
But it's
Henry
just-
at the 501 is a huge value.
That is a value. That is a value.
I understand that, but I took many players before that. I was part of the reason Derrick Henry fell. I wasn't going to do that, and like it's one of the reasons I'm
Taking credit for that shit.
Hey, I'm just saying, I had 4 or 5 picks before the 501, and I did not take Derrick Henry, so I assisted
No.
in his decline.
That's, I mean, yeah.
But my problem is, like, I just value wide receivers so much more than I value running backs that right now it's really tough for me to buy running backs. And it's tough to sell running backs right now because the running backs are most valuable when they're scoring points.
Nobody wants.
Yeah, when I was looking at Casey's team, she also has Derrick Henry, and I was just looking to get a trade done for the fun of the show tonight.
Yeah.
I was like, but
that.
there's no way I'm gonna go and buy Derrick Henry right now.
Yeah. Like, how do you know that I co-own
But I
my
would be
team
like, I
in
don't
7?
know. If you offer me a trade for Derrick Henry, I don't know how it would take me a lot longer to press accept or decline on that than it would be what we just did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
my
because-
team in Trade Addict 7, I have obviously Saquon because I co-own it with Har. I have Saquon, Dalvin, Fournette, Chris Carson. Like, I have 4. I mean,
So-
Chris Carson doesn't get the value respect he deserves, but I
You
have
don't
4 pretty
need-
much bell cow
He
running
broke
backs.
his hip.
He's going to be ready to play by, well, who the hell
And
knows when
he'll
training
be-
camp's going to be,
whatever.
but he's going to be healthy by then.
You mean when they draft AJ Dillon?
In the first, I know. Just I know. I know. God damn it. I'm really surprised
You
they
are
didn't
not
send
going
their
to hear
first
the end of that.
There's I've been
You're
calling
not
it for
going to hear the end
months.
of that
I-
if AJ Dillon gets it.
Oh, he's absolutely. He is like Pete Carroll is already drooling about it.
Man,
AJ Dillon's my guy.
Oh yeah, you actually like him. I'm saying it more in a mocking way that it's going to be ridiculous that they're going to way overdraft him because he's a giant running back, and that's what Pete Carroll
So
does.
my whole point about AJ Dillon though is that someone's going to draft him high because he just ran a 4.53 and he weighs 250 pounds. Like
No,
that
yeah, don't
size
get me-
speed score is crazy. So someone's going to overdraft him, and that's why I've been saying that you need to actually like Zach Moss to Seattle. Get out of here.
No,
Zach Moss is dookie.
Ayton
we
did
already
that
have
for-
2 injured running
for
backs. We don't need another dude that's just going to get hurt again.
isn't that the like MO over there? I mean, Jesus.
Zach Moss
Russ.
hurt his knee getting into bed.
Dang.
That's
last
what
year.
Zach Moss and I have in common. I feel really good. There's one running back who's 250. We also have that in common. There's a lot. I could be a running back in the NFL, it seems like. I don't have
Put
to
your hair
sleep.
into dreads and you're set.
I can put my hair. I mean, it's long enough. I think I could do that, but I don't think I'm
You need
allowed to
that
do
dread
that.
speed.
Oh,
allowed
I
to
miss
do
my
that.
lock so much. This makes me sad. Can we change
Football
the subject?
jellyfish.
I
Football
do too.
jellyfish.
I missed them, and I never even saw you in them. Like,
Man,
You
he
know,
would look so
while
dope, dude. I never
being
saw him
friends.
either.
It does a picture
You look
exist of you
like-
with dreadlocks?
oh,
no
boy.
question.
There better be. You would look like an
That'll
art
be in the
rapper.
lost tape. I'll send you a picture of
The
that.
lost tapes that you said.
Yeah.
In 10 years, we're going to get the Netflix special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to
I told
2010.
you.
Yeah. Shout out to 2010 through 2014 me. That was
Yeah.
those were good times.
They're fire.
I cannot wait till our next virus comes around and we can watch this Netflix documentary on J. Mike and his dope.
Oh, Okay, but let's
He's
no,
good
let's
locks.
take
Locks on
let's
locks on
take-
locks.
Locks on
let's
locks
take
on
that
locks.
pivot. Has anyone actually watched The Tiger King?
No.
Yes, I did, and it still wasn't good.
I caught
People made me.
episode 2 because my wife and Ariel, the 27-year-old we adopted, were watching it. And I came upstairs and I was just like, what the fuck
Ariel.
is happening? It's one of those
It's
things where
Oklahoma, dude. What do you
you
want?
feel dumber for having sat and watched it. It's oh my god. It's fucking awful. And the thing is like
yeah.
it's like, like reality TV, people watch it for the train wreck. It's just like this knew it was
Yeah.
a train wreck, and it's like, here, people are going to die. Literally, watch this. And everyone's like, I am
Yeah.
all about this right now. Like, no, that's a problem with society right now. No, we should not be okay with this special. And
Well,
you
they
damn
want to
well
have
know
a
there's
second
two
season
coming
of
out.
it, so you know.
Hey, here's some more Derrick Henry talk since I just got another trade for Derrick Henry. Do you want Derrick Henry and the 212 or Matt Stafford and Kerryon Johnson?
Man, he's trying to get rid of Carry On, and he just shouldn't have drafted him. He tried to give me Carry On
Okay.
too. I gave him a quick note.
I've gotten about 6 trades with Kerryon Johnson in it so far from
That's
Swags.
so hard if you don't know what the rosters look like too on that one.
Can we let me ask you this? Are you would you all be more inclined to invest in Carry On if you don't see a lot of influx of draft capital going to Detroit? for him?
He
Yeah,
can't
'cause-
stay healthy, so it
Or
doesn't
over
really
him, I should
matter.
He's finished
Okay.
his 2 seasons
I
in the
would-
NFL on the IR.
say? Okay, that's fair.
I'm still throwing a.
What about
I mean,
Dalvin?
I'll get him for the right
Dalvin did that.
price. But
Didn't Dalvin
not
do
that
something like-
price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
love
the same.
Dalvin so much.
No, Dalvin. Hey, he finished 1 season on the
Well,
IR, but he
Dalvin's a
tore his
little-
fucking
yeah, I
ACL.
was about to say-
There's a difference there.
Delvin's
The
about to
severity
get
of the
re-signed,
injury is.
so
Dalvin's about to get re-signed.
Fucking
Yes.
running backs, I swear.
That is a huge deal value wise. Like,
Yeah.
because
I'm a
he's one of those
Vikings fan.
people that we're
Gonna
kind of
suck.
worried about holdouts for. That's like I was
I'm a
waiting for that any day. Like the second day
Don't worry
he
about it.
acknowledged that the NFL
We'll sign
season was gonna stay on, that he was gonna start holding out.
Do running backs even have that option anymore? Like I feel that I don't know, either the NFL caught on or something happened in the last year because they just do not give a shit about running backs anymore either. Apparently the Vikings do, but
Yeah,
I
but much
I don't
it's
know
gonna be
why.
very different.
Fucking piece of shit Cowboys out here. They're like, hey, Zeke, come on to my
Yeah.
wing. I don't want
So
him.
I think part of it matters on how good the team is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think-
also
I
next
think
year
that-
is so different
Do
than
part
they
of
this
think
it.
they
year.
have a shot?
Do the Vikings? I think so. Like they
I
still
think
have
they
like a
do.
top 5 defense.
I mean, their quarterback's not horrible, right? So, like,
But also
Well, and they
let's
just
talk about
re-signed him to that huge deal. So
well, hold on, Devi_Kane. What's the running back situation coming in next year versus this year?
it's a little worse in 2021.
I mean, it's
But-
decently worse, right? Especially, I mean, top end and depth wise, right?
So in this draft, there's 5. In next draft, there's already 3. You're bound to get another 2 that explode like CEH. And one of those probably, you're going to get a couple more. You're going to get Kylan Hill. You're going to get a bunch of other guys. So I'm not really worried about it.
To me, it won't be the same as what we're thinking of Taylor, Swift, and Dobbins, and now CEH and Akers. I don't think we're gonna have.
Well, you
5
already have
people.
Chuba Hubbard, Najee Harris.
Yeah, but Najee
Travis
Harris is going to be
Etienne,
36
Max
by the time he's
Borghi.
drafted.
He's going to be 23.
I do just love hearing you say the name Max Borghi. It gets stuck in my head for days at a time.
Yeah. So, you have Max Borghi of Kylan Hill. There's a bunch of different guys that have a shot.
I love it.
So I don't see how it's going to be worse. I think there's a chance that there's going to be a similar like top tier, but I think this whole middle tier that we have right now in this draft, I think that's what's not going to be there in the 2021 class. That like 4th through 6th round picks that people need for running back depth. I just don't see how that's going to be there in this next class.
Okay, we're pivoting topics right now. Holy hell, J Mike, you're holding on to N'Keal Harry for up to the 106 this year?
Yes.
Oh,
That is not happening.
I'm a firm believer in one season does not make a career.
No, don't get
So-
me wrong. I firmly believe that Tom Brady leaving is better for N'Keal Harry
it
in
is.
the long run.
I agree.
But you're not getting a 1st round pick for N'Keal Harry anymore.
Then he's holding
No.
on to N'Keal Harry.
I think that's my point. Is what I'm saying is I'm fine. I'm fine with holding on to him if I'm not getting like
What you want?
mid to late, whatever you call that range, 106. Like if it's super flex, like 106 to 109. Because we can't go and say that N'Keal Harry, or excuse me, I'm not going to be one that says,
Give him a
okay,
second
N'Keal
here.
Harry is one of the best metric darlings of all time, as not metric, excuse me, like analytics darlings that there could be. And then all of a sudden he has a really crappy rookie season, which I get that's not a good look. And then me throw him in the trash and say, okay, I'm trading him for the 203. Like, I'm not doing that. Y'all can do it. and even if I'm way off on value, I'm fine with that. I'm not going to be the one that gives up on him right now. That's just not me.
Okay, so CD or Jerry Jeudy or N'Keal Harry?
I don't know. It's probably tough. I'm taking him probably over Judy. I think Lamb's a question, but I also love Justin Jefferson too. Remember, Justin Jefferson's my numero dos. I am a huge fan of him. So,
How could you do
I think
that right now without even knowing a landing spot either? Like,
well, but that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do that now anyway.
because
and
it
I
seems
think
like I'm sorry, J Mike. It seems like
No,
the
go
hate
for
for N'Keal Harry is the landing spot currently, or maybe lack of production in a first year as a wide receiver, whatever. But I mean, what if CD or Judy land in a crappy spot too? Like, are you excited if they go to, like, I don't know, the Jets or like Tennessee would bum me out for either of those guys. Oakland would kind of bum me out. Like, I don't know. I mean, it seems kind of unfair to give up on Harry because of landing spot and then we ask the question of, like, well, would you have Lamb or Judy over them? And we don't even know where they're going to land. Just seems
but it's the game we have to play right now. It's all we could do is act with what the information we have in front of us is.
No, that's the game you have to play, Russ. I'm not playing that game.
I would rather.
Get out of
have
here.
both
This is
those.
our
Was
show.
that convincing, Russ?
This is my show, ain't it?
No.
Heck on it.
You're trying to take over the whole.
Wait a
Is he taking
second.
over the world?
Where
What's
am
going on, Mr. Worldwide over here?
Russ,
He's going to be on
Worldwide.
every podcast.
The
Investors,
Mr. Worldwide.
you?
That was perfect. Well done. Well
I love this.
Well, let me flip that on its head, Russ. What are you selling? What are you selling N'Keal for? Let's just say rookie picks for the sake of simplicity.
What is he worth? What am I selling and what am I buying are three different answers. I mean, that's the fun of trading.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Russ. I will give you that it's probably not smart to, go and sell your Judy or CD or, the equivalent of a pick for N'Keal Harry, because you can probably get it for much, much cheaper. Even when we figure out where they land or whatever. I'm sure that N'Keal falls and falls and falls until the Patriots draft Tua or something.
Knowing what we know right now of value is all we could really do. The first 10 picks are pretty much going to be here. I'm just going to read down ADP: Burrow, Taylor, Tua, Swift, Dobbins, Herbert, CD, Judy, Akers, Edwards-Helaire. Like, that's pretty much a consensus top 10. After that, I mean, I got to be honest, like, this is pure bias me. I know I'm talking bad about Mike Williams, but I am absolutely team Clemson big wide receiver, and I love T. Higgins.
That's your boy.
And the thing is, like, I would love Mike Williams if he was just on another team. And the second he was drafted by the Chargers, I was sad about it. But, like, I would take T. Higgins over N'Keal Harry. And a lot of it is, again, my bias towards T. Higgins in the first place, and B, like, I have a feeling like this is what's going to happen. Belichick is going to be smart about it, and he is just going to say, shit, everyone's going to be judging me super hard right now without Brady to see if it was Brady, if it was Belichick. We're coming a run first team. We're going to become the freaking Seattle Seahawks. We're throwing the ball 12 times, and we are the Sony Michel show right now, which I've bought a few shares of Sony Michel just in case this does happen. But, like, that wouldn't surprise me. And, like, so I forgot what the original question was because I started rambling for too long, and I'm like 2.5 whiskeys deep. But N'Keal Harry, like, his value to me starts at the 11, and that's just if you're not completely biased about another player not in the top 10 like I am. Like, there's the Rager people, there's a couple of Chenault people, which, holy shit, shout out J Mike for being low on Chenault, and now in every mock draft I've done, he's fallen to the mid to late second. So, amen, man. Good job.
You're twisting his mustache.
No, that's you act like I have some sort of pull. You're absurd. Cool. You're
absurd.
So I think, given what we know right
boy.
now, N'Keal Harry's value is at its height at best at 111, 112. I wouldn't even send that for him right now. I think the highest I would send for him is like 204, 205, maybe at best.
Superflex.
Yeah, so that's all I have one not Superflex league. So when I talk Superflex. I apologize for not.
I know, but I don't know if J Mike was with the 106. We should clear that up.
Fair enough. yes, that changes the first round at least by 3. Because of the 3 quarterbacks I'm assuming go in the first. And that's not, when some team is dumb and takes Jalen Hurts in the first round, even though they shouldn't. Because that should get him drafted earlier in rookie drafts, at least by J Mike, because I know that's what he's all about. So I think his ceiling of value right now is around the 111. I would probably offer around the 204. And that wasn't even including Justin Jefferson, by the way, in that 10. So his ceiling of value is the 111, 112. I would probably offer around the 204, 206. If I was selling him, I think I would want around that one. Honestly, I want around like the 108, 109 just to make sure I'm getting, I know I'm getting a player I like more than the person I'm selling.
Man.
Okay.
I can already feel like I'm going to go.
High.
UTC had
We all
around
talked at once,
111 to
and then we all.
201.
Jesus. That was incredible.
Kane, say it again. say it again. Say it again.
Whitney just wanted to say hi to Russ.
Oh,
Hey, Whitney. Whitney's my
Oh.
faves.
Russ.
That's all.
I'm sorry. I thought you said to us. I was like, hey, Whitney. Oh, wait. No.
Yeah.
You said,
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, she'll
wow,
say hi to
Whitney.
everyone. I don't think she knows
Look
that
at
more
that.
than Russ is on here.
Yeah. Plus, I've met her
Once-
and I've hugged her in real life, so I
Oh,
have a step
wow.
above you guys.
Okay.
Wow.
was that pre or
Well, actually,
post?
No,
sweetheart.
Yeah,
Gabe
pre or
met
post,
my
Debbie
wife,
Kane.
so like
That's
I don't
right.
know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I've met Gabe's wife.
And I met Gabe's dogs.
Oh,
The
bring them to New
the
York
dogs
next
is
time.
next level. That's
Ah.
true. Dogs are next level.
Bring them to New York next time.
Okay. Done. I mean, that won't ever happen ever, but
Never. I'm sure it will never happen. Yes. Oh, and I have to give a quick
Hi,
shout out
Whitney.
to Matt
Hi,
Renshaw. Hi, Whitney. Because I apologize for never remembering this. I made a deal with Matt Renshaw. He had a league where he owned like 10 out of 12 of the first round picks. And I said, get those last 2, and I will start referring to first round picks as Renshaw's.
Oh,
So I will say my base price for N'Keal Harry is like the Renshaw 11.
nice.
I like
it's
that.
gonna catch on. I think it might. It flows off the tongue. It rolls off the tongue so much better.
I think I remember that episode when you said that. So I need to remember that now.
Thank you, Renshaw. Renshaw.
Real quick before we get into the name game, because I definitely want to get that in before the night is nigh.
Yeah.
Before the end is nigh, I should say. Everyone, just real quick, if Tua and Burrow go as 101 and 102, at 103, who are you all taking? Superflex leagues? Just curious.
JT.
Mm.
Unless, man, that's tough. Because if Herbert goes, if someone trades up for Herbert, I think I might go Herbert.
That depends on the landing
Especially
spot.
if it's the
Yeah.
Chargers.
Oh,
I'm sure he'll go top 10 in the NFL draft.
Yeah, he's probably going
yeah.
top 6. But I think
No.
if someone makes a move for him, it makes it a little more valuable. But I think I still think, man, like landing spot matters. I think at that point for the running backs, because like if something stupid happens, like Jonathan Taylor goes to the Chiefs in the first, then like, damn, I'm not passing on.
It might go over
Sure.
Burrow and Tua.
Yeah, like so if something stupid like that
Shit.
happens, like yeah, I'm all about that. So FF Spaceman, JT Superflex 101. I can't even
Kane,
call that bold.
bro.
Like that's not even that
Yeah,
super bold.
take the running back 2 at the 101. That's smart.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
Got it.
yes.
So
All right.
Swift, your one.
I don't know shit
Yeah.
about.
Who invited
Because
this
he's
guy?
better.
but who are you taking at 103, Kane?
Swift.
Well, yeah,
over
Swift
Herbert?
is his RB1.
No,
And I gotta be honest,
if it was
my
before Herbert.
favorite is Dobbins.
I'm probably
but I
I'm probably
realize
not-
you don't have to take him before. Sorry.
Mm.
I'm probably
Okay.
not drafting Herbert until about the 105. I would want the
5?
top 2 running backs over Herbert.
I get that.
I agree with that. I like that. I like that.
And did you say that JT was your second running back?
Running back
Or was it-
2.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just like my favorite RB is my RB3, which makes me happy because it gives me a better shot to get Dobbins everywhere.
Mhm.
And especially because there's
Until
like
you announce it publicly on a podcast.
I've been saying it for months at this point. It's not really a secret.
He's Team
But
Dobbins.
now
and
there's
Team
I
Higgins.
saw a couple of tweets with people with check marks saying that there's like strong connections between the Dolphins and Dobbins. Like,
Gotta
I mean
love a
that.
strong
I mean that's a
connection.
baller landing spot.
Are they trying to fuck up my Howard shares or what?
Yes, that is. They're like, this Casey lady's got Howard shares. We got to fuck those up real hard.
We gotta fuck it up. I wish that's how the NFL worked. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you just feel special, right?
Yeah. All right.
Feel pretty.
Okay, name game.
Name game.
Okay, so I had a couple made, but I figured I was hungry at the time, so I made one about food.
Bless up. This is my game.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Dane's all in it. Or Kane's all in it. I said Dane. Debbie Kane. Sorry. Dane.
Dang.
He is now named Dane.
FF Dane.
_Dane.
All right. So for the people, even if you listen last week
Alliteration, man.
with Matt's horrible explanation, the way the name game works is there's an overarching theme, which I've just announced is food. You're going to be getting a hint about a certain kind of food and a division and position for an NFL player. You have to meld those two answers into one long word. So you it is really impossible to explain, but we keep using the before and after of Wheel of Fortune, which is just wrong because those are separate words and that's not how this game works. This has to flow straight through. I know most of you have been on TGN at some point. Have you been on, Casey? If not, you're going to be on my next show.
I was supposed to be on, but something happened. I don't remember. Somebody took my spot or something. I don't know.
Screw those people.
That's when I got engaged, and I couldn't be on your show either. So I don't know.
Oh, sons of bitches. Okay, well, I have 3 name games made, and then I made this one. So we'll get one. I'll get a game together soon. Okay. So, and if the description of the food comes first, then the player. If the description of the player comes first, the player comes first, then the food. Okay.
The food is
Here we
always
go.
first, Russ.
Bless up.
Yeah, for the first 3 they are. Ritz crack Harry on Johnson. I love that, Zach. Mexican and Tex-Mex cuisine consisting of a flour tortilla wrapped into a sealed cylindrical shape around various ingredients. I Wikipedia definitions, by the way. That's why this is that's complete a definition as it is. So, Tex-Mex cuisine consisting of a flour tortilla wrapped into a sealed cylindrical shape around various ingredients and a former Cowboys quarterback.
Oh, burrito. Oh, do I go like this or what?
Yeah, just say your name.
Casey, Burrito Romo.
Burrito Romo. Yes.
Good.
All right, so at least you got the way it goes now. All right, here we go.
Sorry, my computer froze up when you were giving the rules, so I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I'm sure that's exactly what it is. Oh, Burrito Pollard is actually another good one. Damn it, Zach. This is why I asked you to be on the show, and then you just took too long. Sorry, Kane, you were my silver medal.
Sweet.
Sober Russ might not have said that out loud. Here we go.
Sober Kane wouldn't have said sweet really loud.
A long, thin, solid, cylindrical pasta. You're laughing over my name game, and I don't appreciate it.
Sorry. I can't.
A long, thin, solid, cylindrical pasta and NFC North tight end.
Oh, shit.
NFC North.
What was the first part?
Hey, listen, Mr. I laugh over Russ talking. I don't know if I should read it for you again. A long, thin, solid, cylindrical pasta.
Oh, J Mike.
Oh, fuck no.
Spaghetti J Hawkinson.
No, that's
Spaghetti J Hawkinson.
it. Damn it.
And by
Sorry,
the way,
I had the giggles.
Burrito Romo was the first thing I thought of, and it made me laugh so much that I actually made an entire game about it.
Yes.
That's good.
That's awesome.
All right, here we go. Here's another one. A dessert of custard topped with caramelized sugar and AFC South wide receiver.
Custard.
Super fancy sounding dessert. A dessert of custard topped with caramelized sugar and AFC South wide receiver.
AFC South. That's gonna
Okay, hold
be.
on.
I know what the dessert is. I know what the dessert is.
Kane.
Go.
Creme brulee J Brown.
Right.
Creme
I know.
brulee J Brown.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
really,
good.
I couldn't
really?
get that. I got the creme
I was
brulee.
thinking that. I was like, how does that fit though? That doesn't work. Okay.
It worked perfectly. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
You just slur through it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
I remember the first time I was on Dynasty Game Night, and of course, John Bosch does a Christmas episode where I am the opposite of Christmas, and he did one Jewish reference, and it wasn't even part of the game. It was after the game was over. He's like, "All right, let me just do this one for Russ," and I had to try and say Menorah Mari Cooper, which I can only say now because I've practiced it a bunch.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
Menorah and Amari Cooper together is a very
Menorah.
tough thing to say.
Yes.
Dreydale Beckham Jr. Wait, what? Bosh? That's
Great.
Man, now I'm gonna go make a I'm gonna find a way to make a Hanukkah themed Dynasty Game Night show completely.
Oh.
I'm breaking out some Hebrew that I don't even know. I am not a very
L'chaim.
good Jew. Just it's something to use to make fun of people when they put me on a Christmas show.
I like it.
Next, newly re-signed defensive tackle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and a Japanese dish consisting of small
Kane.
bit or
Oh, what?
No.
Nadama Kung Sushi.
Nindama sushi. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's strong.
Damn.
I thought of that. I actually I Googled popular foods because I didn't want to do anything that was too out there. And as I was typing the word popular food, Nindamakan sushi came into my head. I was just like, yes.
That's awesome.
It's not very often I use defensive players, but
Right.
I had to on that one.
That was good.
Okay, last one.
Yeah, fuck that.
AFC West quarterback and a pasta sauce typically made with cured pork, egg, and grated cheese.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
Cured pork.
What was the
Grated
AFC
cheese.
West
Quarterback.
quarterback? What? And the food was what? Oh my god.
A pasta sauce typically made with cured pork, egg,
I got
and
it.
grated cheese. Go.
Derek
what that is.
Carbonara.
Derek Carbonara.
Nice.
Y'all fancy.
How to think. I want to do bolognese.
What?
No.
Cured pork? What? What?
Yeah, carbonara. It's a cream sauce with
No, no.
With-
I'm saying I'm the ignorant one. That's what I'm saying.
oh, carbonara.
It was
is
nothing about
wonderful.
you at all. It was all
You
me.
just gotta stuff
I'm-
your face with all
All
kinds
right,
of
I got an easy one here.
Oh.
It'll be in reference to the open bar tonight.
Hey.
Okay. Oh wait, does the order doesn't matter? Yeah, okay. Right. Order doesn't matter. Okay. So, AFC South running back and what Russ uses for a computer prop.
Oh,
Marlon
Jay
Mack
Oh
and
wait, he
cheese.
said
Marlon Mack and cheese.
I like it.
Oh, how didn't I think of that? That's awesome.
It's right in front of you, man.
Literally, yeah.
Marlon mac and cheese. I like it.
Literally right in front of
Literally right in front of me.
Oh, that's good. Thanks
That's
for
how
that,
you do a
Russ.
name game, Matt Price. Not that horrible disease one.
Have they done rap? I haven't
That was
listened.
intense.
I'm a bad person. Have they done rappers?
I would know that
Maybe
hasn't. Let me
Soto?
just say, between the three people who host Dynasty Game Night, we have not done rappers.
I'm just
And
saying.
I believe they're called rapists.
Oh, rappers.
Whoa.
Oh, there's a fine line you're walking there.
Is that what you
No,
all
no,
said?
no.
That's one long A
And
away.
no one
now
else
we're
watched Parks and Rec, just me. Okay.
I don't
No,
watch
I-
TV.
I
No
don't
Parks and
remember
Rec
that.
fans. It'll just. All right.
Oh, see, I took
It's much
it
worse.
into
but
Arrested
No one
Development.
gets the reference.
It's such a good show.
Arrested
too.
Development's trash.
I'm sad I missed it.
Gotta eat. Well, you got plenty of time on your hands. You can rewatch.
Listen, I'm in Ozark right now. Full.
Okay,
full
no,
strength.
let's break that into our next topic. What is everyone binge watching right now?
Mm.
Ozark. I keep hearing everyone is talking about the Ozark lately. I
Nothing.
think that's the next thing I'm going to start on.
I haven't started. Oh, I know. I haven't watched one episode of Ozark.
I am
That's
envious
the
that you
one.
haven't
Such a
started it,
thing.
Russ.
I am currently rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, That show,
Yeah.
like how
that's
when you
funny.
watch TV by yourself, you don't usually laugh out loud. I
But you do
legitimately
on that.
laugh out loud watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like to me, that show is just like, let's face it, Michael Schur is just brilliant because everything he works on is just great. I mean, he did Parks and Rec, speaking of, and The Good Place,
And The Good
which is-
Place.
Good place.
which is amazing. DuckTales, the one that started like 2-3 years ago, is actually freaking amazing.
What?
Oh.
They redid DuckTales?
Yeah, they started in 2017. I don't know how many
Woo.
seasons they've done, but also I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, and David Tennant, who is my favorite Doctor, does the voice of Scrooge McDuck. And the thing is, he's Scottish, so it's literally just his voice. So it just makes me so fucking happy to keep hearing his voice. So like that, on top of the fact that it's a very good DuckTales show, just like that's my wheelhouse. Like I'm gonna watch that forever now. Let's see, what did I just start watching? High Fidelity on Hulu.
Oh, I've watched the first like 2 episodes of that. That's really good.
See, the thing is,
like the
my
book.
wife and I are huge fans of the movie.
Yeah. The book's better than the movie.
I
wanna be-
haven't.
I sound like that elitist that's like the
Oh
book-
no, I absolutely am that asshole when
better
it comes
than
to
the
stuff I've
movie.
actually read.
The
I just
book
haven't
is-
read High Fidelity.
It's
But
that's
it
why I
is.
had to watch what is that? The Fires, what is it called? On Hulu? The
Who
Little
set them
Fires.
fires?
I don't know. There's a book
Yeah.
I'm reading. I
Little
can't even think
fires
of the
everywhere.
title. Little Fires Everywhere.
Yeah, but the TV show is very much good enough, and the actors in it are very much awesome enough that it is very much worth watching. I think we're 3 episodes in, and it's fantastic. And yes, I've also watched Frozen 2 16 times in 12 days.
I've never watched the first Frozen.
What?
It's legitimately
wow.
just a
I don't
very
have
good
any
movie.
kids. I don't have kids. I don't have a life.
Neither do
I
I.
saw Frozen
I don't
2
have a
in the
life.
theaters by myself.
Well, and he also has a nanny named Ariel or something. So
I do. So I've also watched The Little Mermaid many, many
See?
times.
I like the Little Mermaid.
Speaking of, I do have a Disney sing-along.
You were
Oh,
talking about Disney
I
sing
really should have done the Disney sing-along name game.
We were
I
trying
really-
to do that the
apparently I
other
should
day.
have done
So
that.
it was me and a bunch of my friends were doing like a brunch the other day, and it ended up lasting like 6 hours on Zoom. No big deal. And we were trying to sing
Bad
some I
Bougie.
don't even know, some Lion King song. And the
Bad and
problem,
bougie. Yeah, bad and bougie.
yeah, Bad and Bougie. The problem was everybody's cameras were lagging, so it was like more like I don't know, it was all over the place. And
I watched the live action Lion King for the first time.
oh, I saw that on the flight back from Italy. No big deal, another humble brag. And
Living in
Hashtag blessed.
yeah, for real.
It was-
That's
you got to marry into money, guys. All right. Anyway, so it wasn't that good.
all wrong. Dang it.
Dude, I absolutely 100% have a sugar mama. I am not going to argue with her.
Oh, me too. Like I make
It's great.
decent money, but she makes decent money.
My wife literally makes 4 times the amount of money I do. I'm not going to say I make a lot of money, but still.
Well, I mean, I make enough money if I
I'm
was
with,
like on my own. I could pay for like an apartment somewhere, but
How you doing?
I'm
Mrs.
just really happy in my
Outcast.
marriage. I didn't do it for money.
Yeah. the
Hi,
money-
Whitney.
the money-
Hi, Whitney.
Hi,
Hey,
I
Whitney.
know she's standing right there.
Like,
Hi.
granted, Whitney makes a lot more money than I do, but it was for love first.
Yeah, for real.
I was.
I will.
I mean, I've been with my wife since I was 18. She was 17.
Oh,
At
that's my
18,
Cradle robber.
At 18, I told her that she's going to have to grow up to make a fuck ton of money because my potential is absolutely capped due to my absolute laziness in life. And she took that to heart.
Yeah.
Know your limits. That's important.
Would you like to come over and talk to my wife about? she's like, your potential's here and you're here. I don't want that in my life.
No, I from a very young age, my wife knew who I was and what I was about.
Well, my wife was got married when she was 17, so I mean, not to me.
I was about to say, you're not even 17, damn.
Oh, I wasn't
Oh,
17.
me,
I was
Cradle
probably like 22 when she was 17.
Hey, yo.
Hey, I'm not lying.
Yo, Texas is a different place. What? Y'all wild down there.
Yeah, me again.
All right, so someone else answer. Tell me what shows you're watching, so I know what shows to watch next besides the Ozark.
All right.
The Marvelous
finished-
Mrs. Maisel, dog.
So fucking good. I'm on the 3rd season.
Oh.
I was gonna go with a Prime show, not the adjective, but the Amazon Prime show. Probably underrated. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it, so I'm just kind of putting it out there.
Leave it to Gabe to be a fucking hipster. Okay.
Sponsored by the Open Bar here. No, I don't know. It was solid, but it has you kind of have to be in like the Narcos mood, where there's the subtitles. It's like half and half subtitles kind of thing, but 000. It's pretty good. Pretty good little show.
Give us a quick description.
Cocaine between America, Mexico, and Italy.
Real or fictional?
Cocaine. All right.
Whatever you want it to be.
Cocaine's definitely real.
It's Narcos is based on real things. I'm not exactly sure that this is actually.
I prefer fictional. I got to be honest. I don't
Doubt
want to
it.
know how shitty the world really is.
Yeah.
Like I
We
think that's
already
part
know
of
how shitty the world is.
that's part of my problem with reality TV. I don't want to be dragged down to that
watched
level.
the
I want to have
Life.
faith in humanity, and that just destroys it.
So
Right.
I've kind of started watching all these old movies now. So
Oh my
that
God,
movie
don't tell me what you're gonna call
Goodfellas,
an
I
old
just
movie.
saw for the first time.
Yeah,
I
buddy.
What'd
just saw
you see for the
Goodfellas
first time?
for the first time.
Oh my God,
Goodfellas?
Okay, Goodfellas is an old movie. I remember it coming out.
I
All
haven't
right,
seen it.
but Goodfellas is a fucking amazing
Yeah,
movie.
do you remember how old I am, Russ?
I know it just hurts.
I'm younger than your nanny.
I know.
Younger than his nanny.
If you were just a few years older, lived here, and worked in a daycare, you could be living with
Yeah,
me
nanny
right now.
too.
No,
A nanny.
I do have that degree in education.
Me
Turn up.
too. Hey.
I wanted psychology. What's the big deal? I work in accounting
What's up?
department. It's fine.
Yay.
Look at us all making
This
connections.
is great.
College. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that Goodfellas movie was pretty good.
Goodfellas. Good is even in the title.
Yeah, there you go. You knew it going in.
That's why they didn't call it Great Fellas. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Boom.
The
It
shade.
was right
of-
there.
I like it.
Okay, I have another topic to spin to. If no one else, does anyone else have any shows to talk about?
No,
Oh,
not really.
I was going to say, Russ, I wanted to let you know because I'm the same way in that I didn't even want to watch Ozark until I had a lot of people basically mentioning it constantly. Because I'm the same way with you in that I want to watch things that kind of suspend belief. Or is that
Mhm.
was that what it's called? Suspend belief. So I watched The Witcher, season
Yeah.
1 of The Witcher. I found it interesting. I don't know that I loved it at all, but it was interesting. And then 3%. You guys watch that on Netflix?
Don't know what that is.
3%.
What is that?
Check 3%. It's kind of Hunger Games ish, but it's a TV show and it's futuristic. So the technology is really cool in some things, but it's also got some really, I don't know. It's an interesting story. And as long as you can get past like the whole lip reading thing, because I think that they're really speaking Portuguese, but, and for me, like legit, I started watching it and I was like, wait, what are the lips doing? Oh, they're not speaking. Nope, I can't do this. And then like a day later, I was like, no, I have to push through this. I cannot be that American. That's too cool to watch.
Kind of like you're reading a book, though. While you're
Ultra
watching
Carbon,
TV, so.
Casey brought up in the chat. A lot of people have been
It's
talking.
amazing.
I'm
Ultra
gonna have to.
Carbon's amazing.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
one
god, I'm
thing.
gonna have to make a list. Okay, guys, after this, everybody tweet me what TV shows you're watching because we're watching shit like How to Get Away with Murder. We gotta watch better shows
Okay,
than that.
watch the show The Order on Netflix.
I gave up on How to Get Away with Murder after the first season.
Is-
It was just too much
well,
drama. It was. Oh.
And it's almost over with. There's 6 episodes left, so I don't watch it.
I just.
I'm one of those people that has to watch a show all the way through if I'm
I
invested. in it.
usually am that too. I don't know if you guys watched Heroes, but Heroes, the first season of Heroes was some of the best TV I've ever seen in my entire life. The rest of that show was absolute
it was
shit,
good.
and I've watched every episode of it. Just because of how good that first season was.
I heard it
But
was
yeah, no, like How to Get Away with Murder, I watch a couple of episodes just because my wife still watches it because she will watch it all the way
I
through.
watch-
But
My
no,
wife does the
can't
same
do it.
thing. And with Grey's Anatomy too, with the like 17th season, I'm like,
Oh man, I have seen every episode of Grey's Anatomy. I'm watching that till it
I
fucking ends.
can't.
I don't care how
What
old
did
I
they do
am.
to Alex? Oh my god. Okay, anyway.
That episode was fucking awful. We
was
should talk about that.
Okay,
One
we
of
will.
them, one of those letters was not even him reading it. It was absolutely someone else's voice slowed down to try and sound like him. Like we were offended
don't even-
listening to that
yeah.
episode.
Oh my god, I was like, I hate Shonda Rhimes. Okay. Okay.
Take that back. How could you
But
ever hate Shonda Rhimes?
She got rid of Scandal, which I loved. Okay.
No, okay, let's talk about Scandal for a second. That show was built up so much to be so women empowering, and I get it.
It
Everyone
wasn't at the end. It wasn't at
it
the
wasn't in
end.
general. Every 3 seconds was Kerry Washington making the
Okay,
sad
Kerry
face.
Washington was the worst. That's a problem with these shows. Like fucking Meredith Grey is the worst character on Grey's Anatomy.
Oh yeah.
And like fucking yeah, exactly. So don't do this.
Just
The
gonna
main
throw this out
character.
there,
You put all this on.
I love the depth of which you're taking this right now, but
Yes.
on a very serious note, there can be no Kerry Washington slander in my presence.
I love Kerry Washington. Man, Save the Last Dance.
No, like, there's so many, like, but it's just like
Kerry Washington.
watch 20 minutes of
White
Scandal,
Cat.
and you'll see 3 separate scenes with Kerry Washington just making sad faces.
It's not.
I don't need to watch Scandal to know.
It's a very beautiful sad face.
you can't
She is- She's
slander
a
Kerry
nice
Washington.
looking lady. So back to Ozark real quick. Is that the one with Jason Bateman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. My
It's
dad was talking to me about it. I haven't watched it, but my dad's like, oh, I'm legally downloading it. I'm gonna watch it at work or some shit like that.
If you're like into magic and stuff, watch The Order. The Order is really good.
Where's
that on
there
Netflix?
just-
The
Yeah, on
problem with
Netflix.
watching shows is when you're married to somebody who like hates everything that you like.
I just wait till she falls asleep.
Well, yeah, that's how I watched the fucking Tiger King bullshit the other day. My wife was like asleep halfway through the first episode. I was like, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and watch an episode of something that she won't like because she'll be asleep by the time I get upstairs.
I have to watch The Circle that way. I know you guys probably don't watch that shit, but it's reality trash TV.
I hate reality TV so much.
But it's so trashy to a point where I'm like,
That's the problem.
I want the little nerdy guy to just like keep going forward. He's so I haven't finished it obviously, but the little nerdy guy is so like real. I'm like, just let the nerdy guy be number one.
I have no idea what you're
I'm
talking
like living through. Well, he's basically just being himself, and everybody's like, "You're so cool." I'm like, not in real life. He would not say that about this guy.
about. Man, we need to make
All right,
nerdy cool again.
Make
Kane, I just
nerdy-
added that to my list here. The Order. So I'm gonna check
Yeah,
that
Order.
out.
my wife and I really, really like it. Season 2 drops in like a month or two, I guess. So
Okay.
Okay,
It's worth
so I'm gonna
watching.
take us
It's like-
off of.
it's like werewolves and magic.
oh, I'm
Pretty
down.
lit.
I'm with it.
Okay, I'm gonna take us off TV shows now because I keep noticing J Mike is wearing a hoodie right now.
Oh, is he?
And
It's so cold.
he had pull strings on hoodies. Has
can't-
anyone ever used the pull strings on hoodies to actually tighten the hood around their face? Besides
I
when they
did,
were
Shrek.
pretending to be Kenny McCormick.
Nope, then I'm out. You lost me there.
Yep, exactly.
I was like, oh, I do.
No, I
I
did
like to
when I
look
was.
at like that guy from South Park, and you're like, oh, not him, no. And I was like, damn.
I did when I was not track. It was cross country because of winter. 'Cause I'm gonna sound real cool. Like when I was 18, 20 years ago.
You're running
Yeah,
in
but, like,
winter?
do you, J Mike? Do you ever
Yeah.
do that in real life, except when you're trying to hide from me?
I saw him doing
no.
what those kids do. He was all eating on the fucking cords.
See,
or
like my
whatever.
thing is, I despise the hanging things. Like you bend down, they fall into
you-
something. If it's on a zip up, you throw your arms in the sleeves, you get
Yes,
hit in the face
But
with it.
are you?
I can't bring myself to cut them out.
Do
I-
you
I
like
just-
pullover hoodies, or are you? I'm more of a
doesn't-
zipper kind of guy.
I'm more of a zipper person too, but
I'm
they
a
still
zipper
have
guy.
the
No, they still
have
do,
the
but
pull strings.
and I don't understand why they do. And then you have to tie a knot at the end, or else the washing machine will eat it.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I've
But
lost
like
a
all
few.
I want to do is cut it, pull it out, but I can't bring myself to do it. I don't know if it's like the fact that I know they're supposed to be there and it'll drive
They're
me
supposed
nuts
to
that
be
they
there. That's
aren't there.
exactly why. I can't do it.
And by the
either.
way, I need to pimp out Bill McCarthy's
hoodies,
Super Duper
brokerage,
Flex's
okay.
Super Flexperts podcast because I talked about
It
this
came
on
out?
there.
Yay.
I think
That's
I think it did at least. I think it's just on Podbean. I think he released it on. But first episode was Shane, which I was supposed to be the first guest, but then I got sick and shit just kept happening. So
Bless.
if he needed to upstage me with someone, at least it was Shane Manila. Like if I'm going to be upstaged by
Shane
someone,
Manila, yeah.
it's okay to be Shane.
Did you?
So-
Hey, J Mike, do you see that comment that Matt Renshaw put in there? When did Russ become the host of Open Bar?
This is what everybody, if you don't know that I'm coming on a show and I'm just completely taking over, it is your fault. Especially when I'm like 3 whiskeys deep.
And
I
you
mean,
wonder
look,
why you didn't
he
get
had
the
to come
invite
back
to my
to come
podcast.
for the DLF change, you know.
I'm not even on a
It's
podcast.
ours
I
right
should
now.
be taking over this podcast, so I could say, yeah.
Do it,
Feel free.
Casey.
Go. Please.
When
make a
Sam,
fucking
told
podcast,
me today
Casey.
she couldn't come on the podcast because she was sick, she told me, and I was like, I'm not in charge of that podcast. I'm not the person in charge.
Oh yeah, we should shout out Sam Holt, who was supposed to be here, but
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
under the weather, which I completely, I feel her because I was supposed to be on 2 weeks ago, but
Yeah.
fucking flu.
Well,
And we
now
should
I kind of
also,
feel like you
sh-
gave that to her
Let's
to
shout
a
out
degree.
to Derek and say Derek just bailed on us. Because of
Yeah,
that.
Debra was supposed to be here. This was actually supposed to be a show because the last time
I like-
Casey was on the show, she was like, "Man, I need to be on a show with Russ and Debra because them two drunk was, you thought you'd fit right in."
You guys were awesome when you guys were on together. You guys were like all over the place, and you were like me when I come on here.
Exactly. So the second I heard that, I DM'd J Mike. I'm like, we have to make this happen. And the next thing I know, he set up the chat with the 5 of us, and I was just like, that was in January. That's how long we've had this planned.
Yeah, we've been waiting. I've been looking forward to this day since before I was in quarantine.
Yep.
I've been waiting.
For a pod like this.
Yes, thank you for not
Uh-huh.
leaving. I appreciate that.
I think you got your
Russ, I
show
have a
title.
question for you. Russ, I have a question for you.
Go.
I recently swallowed an ice cube
Mhm.
and I haven't pooped it out. Will I be okay?
I recently read that
Dr.
the biggest problem with swallowing an ice cube is how long can you hold your breath? Because it's just going to melt anyway.
Wow.
It's deep.
That was stupid.
That was deep. I was about to say that's
That's
Some
deep
real-
for a drunk person.
It'll change your life.
or
if you listen.
That's what she said.
Hey.
Hey.
Got it.
And the shirt pays off.
I see you, Bill.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Super Flexperts. That's a fucking name game right there.
Flexpert. So many podcasts.
All right. Gabe, I'm out of bullets.
Sounds
What
good.
you got? Or you got anything else you want to talk about before we go?
I mean, this is all Russ at this point.
Life.
He's got all the
yeah,
bullets.
Russ.
go, Russ.
We knew you were
Russ.
out of bullets. We knew I was out of bullets. We were just waiting for Russ to run out.
I
Russ got a ton of
had
bullets.
3 things written down. To remember to thank you for letting me have a DLF family of podcasts because you are the new owners of the DLF.
True.
You're
The
welcome.
quarantine names and the hoodie pull strings. Those are the 3 things I knew I wanted to talk about.
I just
Okay.
love to chew on the strings, to be honest. Like I don't do a whole lot.
I saw you doing that. I was like, look at junior high school J Mike over there.
Hi, J Mike.
I'm J Mike. All right.
J Hi J Mike. I like that. J Hi J Mike.
Hi, J
Alright.
Mike
Updating
FF.
Twitter right now. Thanks, guys. I am Panda King no longer. Junior high J
Okay,
Mike
so I have a question for Casey and Kane. If you were to make a Twitter handle that did not involve your name, what would it be? Because I sit with the opposite problem. I forget my Twitter handle half the time whenever I talk with John Bosch because he always puts at Russ Fisher FF, and sometimes I
Yes.
forget that it's not actually me. And then I'm like, I don't think at this point I could ever lose Outhouse at this point, no matter how much I want to get. I don't want to get away from it, but if I ever did, I don't think I could. But it's just like I wouldn't want to go to Russ Fisher FF anyway. Like I'm not joining that army.
Mm-mm.
So
I'd probably go to like
That
at
would be
Ray GQ.
no, I'm bitter. I'm bitter about that because he fucking crushed me in those pulls. Like 70 to 30, like 75 to 25, crushed me.
Dang.
And it should have happened. It did happen. I expected it to happen, but it still hurts a little bit.
Did you ever
I'm
get crushed by Debbie Kane? I don't know.
I'm getting crushed right now, Casey. It's bad.
Yeah, man. It's all good. I'm
So
like,
technically, I know
whatever.
Casey Kasem isn't your real full name, but if you were to
No,
go,
so Casey, my name's Casey Royer. Hello. Hi. Welcome. Okay, anyway.
but what would if you were to pick a name that had nothing, Facebook words, a Twitter handle that had nothing to
Same
do
thing.
with your name specifically, what would you go with?
Like something with like Radtastic FF or some shit like that.
Oh
Something
my
with
God, you have
Rad.
to change to that right now.
There's
I can't.
that would work.
I'm one of those people that's like, I'm not doing it. Here's a story about my name. So when I first joined Twitter, it was like right when Twitter first started, and I put Casey Kasem, just Casey, no Thee. And I was like, I don't want to fucking do this stupid shit. Like, I already have a Twitter, I have a MySpace or whatever the fuck was cool back then. I was like, I'm not doing Twitter, so I deleted it. And then when I decided to come back to Twitter, they were like, oh, sorry, you already decided you don't want that name anymore, so you have to come up with a new name. So technically, I could still be Casey Kasem if I wanted to be, but I put the "the" in front of it because that's what it wanted back in the day.
Well, now you are the Casey Kasem. Fuck that radio guy from however long ago. You are the Casey Kasem.
Yeah, like my name never came from that guy ever.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He went back in time to steal your name.
I mean, he's dead, so like that happened, but you know.
At Raddy Smalls, nice.
Raddy Smalls. Somebody called me Radish. Radish.
No.
Radish.
No.
I mean, that's only
100%
acceptable on the open bar.
How about
Never name
first
yourself
lady? How
after
about
a
first
vegetable.
lady? At first
No,
lady
exactly.
of
Don't name yourself after a vegetable.
first
You
lady.
want me to name all the good vegetables?
3, 1.
Potatoes.
And there's 0.
Potatoes.
That's why I was silent.
Not vegetables.
Eh.
At
Get
First
wrecked.
Lady OB.
Those are starches, guys.
Hey, there we go.
No, maybe not OB.
No OB.
Yeah, no OBP
Oh, yeah.
for Open Bar Pod. Let me make like
Open bar. Yeah.
Pod.
No, we don't.
I just wish it flowed as well as like Flotus. Like if
Flotus.
we had something.
I'll be the
Flotus, Flotus
Open
underscore
Flotus.
OB TOB.
Flotab. It's Flotab, First Lady of the Open Bar.
Flotab.
Ooh,
Flip
Flotab.
down.
Yeah, a flow top.
Flotab.
This is like a medication you take if you have like moderate to severe plaque psoriasis.
No, that is
Side effects
absolutely
include
a
18 ciders,
incontinence medication.
a half a bottle of vodka, and
So what would yours be,
sometimes
Kate,
DiGiorno
if you were
pizza.
to completely get rid of the word pain?
I'd probably just like overtake the whole Devi diet thing
Debbie,
because food's
So-
basically my life now. So
Before I started with Outhouse, I had at Russ Fisher,
Mhm.
and I got bored of that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I actually, if anybody gets this fucking reference, I will be best friends. I changed it from at Russ Fisher to at Fish on the Play,
Oh.
and I will drop a good few seconds for anyone to type if they have any idea what the hell that's from, and we will instantly be best friends.
I love it.
What is
Fish
it?
on
Fish
the
on the
play.
Fish on the Play.
it's a play by Larry David.
Bye.
Hi, Sarah. Bye, Sarah.
She brought me a drink. See?
And she slammed that door quick.
She didn't want to be.
I think
Come on, Renshaw. You know what movie it's from?
I got nothing.
Okay. Well, he typed it in all capitals with an exclamation point. It is from Biodome.
Oh, shit. I haven't watched that movie since I was like 8.
Yeah, it's been a minute for me.
I know.
That's a
Brendan
movie?
Fraser? Yeah, Brendan Fraser, you know, like,
That's a real movie.
Nope, that's not. That is not. Brendan Fraser is not in Biodome.
is he not?
I don't even know
He
who
is?
Brendan Fraser is. That wasn't even a get. I was like,
Pauly
I don't know how
Shore.
that helps me.
Pauly Shore. is
Yeah,
fine.
it was Pauly Shore and Stephen Baldwin, I believe
You're
it was.
wrong. You're wrong.
Yes, and Renshaw got it, so he's my new best friend. They were.
Oh, yeah, the
they're locked in a biodome. Yes,
Oh, yeah,
and
Baldwin.
they danced to the
Stephen
safety dance. They were.
Jack Black is in that.
No, he's not. Yes, he was. Actually, Tenacious D was in it for 30 seconds.
Tenacious D, that's what it said.
They were playing
Who else is
football. They
there?
were locked in the dome. They were playing football with a coconut. And
Dolph Lundgren.
Pauly Shore sort of like stiff arms Stephen Baldwin into a body of water. And then he just goes, like, starts, you see him digging around and he pulls up a fish and just goes, "Fish on the play," and throws it at Pauly Shore.
Oh,
So yeah, I
Well,
went to Fish on the Play.
I did watch part of that movie. I got grounded so long from my mom walking in and seeing me watching that movie.
I
Yikes.
understand. That is, it is-
do you know what movie I was
That was
thinking
like
of?
that was like a summer's worth
Airheads.
of grounding.
I fucking love Airheads.
That's what movie I was thinking of when you. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking of, but I know that Brandon Fraser's in that.
Yeah, so right up until I started Dynasty Outhouse and I actually started using that for fantasy football, I was actually using @Fish on the Play.
Wow, we're learning new things about you every day, Russ. Some people don't even know your name is Russ.
Uh-oh.
Fun story. I used to, fucking horror, man.
Fun
At the
story.
very
He's in
beginning,
witness
I
protection, and you blew it.
I thought it would be funny for no one to know my real name and
His
just to
name's
have
right there.
people have to call me Outhouse, which I still think is fucking hilarious that there are people that do it. So I used to actually, because Brian would slip all the time in our pod, and I used to edit out every time he said that he said
Oh
my name.
yes. When I was on, I think I wasn't allowed to say your real name.
Oh, I never told anyone they weren't allowed to say it, but if they did, I would edit
well, I
it
know.
out
I think
anyway.
it was like, hey.
But man, Brian started slipping so fucking much, I just stopped bothering with it. So it is absolutely 100% no one else's but Brian's fault that anyone knows my real name.
Mhm.
Because even
I don't
now,
think I could ever
I've
do
met
that.
many of you in real life. Don't care. You would not know my real name. You would still be
Yeah.
calling me Anas if it was not for Brian Har.
Oh,
I mean, you're still
I don't think I
rich
could
to
ever
me, man.
do that though.
I like
Yikes.
that.
Yeah, Gabe, you will never know my real
It's
name.
alright.
Just and that is just your fault. That is just you.
Everybody thinks
Yeah,
Kason's my
I
last
just
name
accepted
until
as
John
rich.
Bosch comes around.
For the people that think Kasem's your real last name, don't actually know who Casey Kasem is.
Well, that and yeah, they're like Casey Kasam. Kasam.
Kasem.
Casey Kazam. Oh shit.
But
You
also,
just
they're
need to
like,
change
"Did your
up the
parents
K."
name you Casey Kasem?" And I'm like, yes, my parents named me Casey Kasem. They're that cool. They
I
weren't that cool.
mean, Gabriel.
My dad's name
Gill,
is Doug.
alliteration.
It's not Doug Kasem.
My brother's name is Doug.
Oh,
Is
Is
it
he hot?
really though? Do we know?
Yes. Actually, his name is Douglas.
Doug Outlet.
parents-
Well, yeah.
My parents had
Doug
two
Eddie?
Doug
Doug Edison?
Outlet. Doug Eddie. Yes.
my parents each had one prerequisite for naming the two children that are me and my brother.
Okay.
My mother wanted our names to be able to be shortened for a nickname. My father wanted us to sound professional and sound good with doctor in front of it.
Dr.
Needless to
Russell.
say, both Russell and Douglas Fisher completely let my father down.
Russell and Douglas Fisher do sound really professional, though.
But Doug and Russ absolutely held
That
up
sounds
to my
like a
mom's side of
fun,
the bargain.
like West Texas podcast, like Doug and Russ show. You just like, come on
Like-
down.
Wit doesn't know this yet, but as soon as like we get that birth certificate when we have a kid, I'm writing Kane Jr. and like what happens happens. Like, oh, well, I'm rolling the dice on that one.
KJ.
Just real quick, if there's anyone out there who can calculate Kane's child support
Oh,
for doing such a egregious act on
But
child
to
number
be
one,
fair, she
help him
makes
out,
more, so
please.
he'll be getting the alimony.
I work in the
That's
courthouse. I can go down to the law
Hey.
library. I'll figure it
Uh,
out for you.
listen, no, you can roll those dice if you want to, Dad. But
Debbie
yeah, that's how
Dad.
that works. for you.
Debbie Dad.
Debbie Dad.
I had
AKA
input,
Dane.
but I had no final approval of names on my children. We had, for my son, it came down to two names. My son's name is Nolan, but it was down to Nolan and Nathan. And my wife absolutely 100% made the choice between the two. And my daughter's name, we knew we wanted her name to be her nickname to be Ellie, but we fought hard over what the full name would be. Clearly, I lost. Her name is Elena. I fought hard for Eleanor.
I like Eleanor.
and it's also a wonderful Gone
I
in
like
60
Elena.
Seconds reference, which my wife fucking loves that movie. Which I thought I had it, like I thought I was like 100% locked on getting Eleanor. The second I said it out loud, she's like, "No." I'm like, what? Really? I thought I had that. I thought this was going to be easy. She's like, no. Yeah, this is easy because that's not going to happen. I'm like, oh damn.
Oh.
I just
In
asked my
the
wife
other
if Kane
direction.
Jr.'s good, and she said you can roll those dice straight to your grave.
Told you, bro.
Jesus.
Telling you. Them
We're
name
supposed,
right
to talk
no
about, we're
joke.
supposed to talk about kids. We're talking about kids next month, right?
Yeah.
It's either
Shit,
team
how many
effort
kids are
or-
going to be
or-
born
or-
9 months from now? I mean, you might as well just have it happen now.
Me and my wife, we really can't. I mean,
If only
You'll
if only
decide to have a child 9 months from now.
Hey,
If only- if
IV
only
I'm just gonna adopt a
potential.
Exactly. There you go.
somebody else's kid.
if only you knew a wonderful black man who would serve as a surrogate for your
We'll give Miles Austin's address.
Hey, Mike,
Yeah, I was about to
what are
say,
you
let me
asking,
go-
man?
Let me
Look,
Google Miles
I'm
Austin.
quarantined in Ohio. I don't know what
You
you're talking
asking
about.
permission, man? What are you?
Well, my wife works in Ohio sometimes.
Wow. Wow.
I'm not pimping my wife out to J Mike.
Okay,
Wow,
let me
this
take care of this for you.
This is my child, J Mike Jr.
And that's actually his name. It is not John Jr. It's
J
not
Mike
John.
Jr.
It is actually J. Mike.
J Mike Jr. He's gonna grow up to be like a DJ or some shit. J Mike Jr. on the ones and twos. DJing at a strip club.
Why does it
I'm
gotta
sure they
be
make
like
good
that?
money.
Why does that have to be the legacy? I don't even know it.
Make some money. I don't know.
I'm done.
That was funny.
J.
Oh my
Mike
god, my
Jr.
wife is gonna kill me if she ever found
Y'all
out. Good thing she
wildin'.
doesn't listen to podcasts.
Y'all wildin', man. Trying to get me killed out here. All right, Gabe. Let's go, man.
Yeah, I think after J. Mike impregnating someone else's wife, I think we need to call
Yeah,
J.
it's
Mike.
like, no, just gonna roll that
It's time
back.
to go.
Just gonna roll that back.
I'll let you
Man.
know in a month if it's okay.
No shit. Hey, I'm Mr. Quarantine Dream. Don't look
Hey,
don't look for me in real life.
It's a lot
You're not
cheaper.
trying to roll those dice, J Mike?
There you go. You catch on quick, Kane, my man.
Oh man.
y'all wow.
Well, there was no football talk tonight.
I don't remember. Oh, I had another. I wrote it down somewhere. I had another name for the food thing.
Oh.
Oh, there it is. All right. One more. Got one more. I don't know how to describe this. Okay, so
That's always the problem.
yeah. Okay.
You think
so
of good things and you're like, wait, I cannot describe this at all. Not to mention,
well,
have to give hints
I
to
know what
get
it is. I just don't know. I guess I don't know what it is because I've never made it. All right. So at least I know the player part. So let's go NFC West tight end, and a meat wrapped baked pastry dish.
Okay, hold on.
NFC West tight end?
Yep. Yep.
That doesn't work.
Who's in the man? The Seahawks are in the NFC West, and I can't think of what other teams are there.
What was that meat wrap? What?
Meat wrapped, like pastry of sorts.
All right, so let's
baked.
work on this as a team. It's
Large.
Beef Wellington, right?
Wait, you said NFC West?
NFC West. Yep. Tight end.
Travis Kelce.
That's
It's the
AFC.
AFC. I don't know why.
So
Are you
it-
talking about like a Tyler Higbee empanada? Like, what are you talking
I mean,
about
you
here?
got it, but Russ's
Tyler
dish.
Higbee? Tyler
Russ's
Higbee?
dish though that he
So-
mentioned.
Beef
Oh.
Wellington?
Yeah.
Tyler Higbee Beef Wellington.
Yeah.
Tyler Higbeef.
Pig beef Wellington. Wow, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
Wellington.
There's a
I
team
didn't know what
effort.
a beef Wellington was till just now. Wow.
Wow.
Come to
I was-
Minnesota, I'll make you a beef Wellington.
I don't know
You
why
don't
I-
watch enough
Deal.
cooking shows. If you ever
Apparently.
well, I
every
watched
single
Chopped.
cooking TV show will have an episode where you have to, update a classic, and beef Wellington is always one of those classic dishes.
It's a classic.
Because
It is
beef
literally
Wellington's really hard to make.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
but it's
think I've
also
heard of
literally
that.
just like a loin of beef wrapped in pastry, in like
I was
puff pastry.
Kolache.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
That's what I was
dog.
trying to figure out.
Oh, I bet you were going for that.
Or-
weren't you?
yeah, exactly.
Like-
I thought you were hitting the nostalgia
fair.
between us, Gabe.
That's
but
fair.
nah,
Kolache.
I was like
Sorry.
George
I
Kittle.
should've-
What?
I could have set you up. I'm sorry.
I only had
I
That's
don't
why
think
in
I
my
didn't
mind.
try my hardest to get Skyline in the name game, and I just couldn't think of it.
Ew,
Skyline.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
Lee.
do it.
Lee.
Oh, Skyline.
Yeah, so that's the open bar for Tuesday, March 31st. We did it quarter one. It was a weird one, but boy howdy, we did it of sorts. Man, what how do we have Russ on and we're not even pressing like 220, 230, 2-3,
Stop, Gabe. Stop.
330?
You want me to keep going?
I can't even
Nope.
bench
Nope.
press
Nope.
220.
Time out. I can go pee
Nope.
and then come back.
Nope.
No, we're out of here. We're
Yo,
outta
there's
here.
an empty
Malcolm,
can
tell
in
me.
there somewhere,
All right.
Casey. You just do what you got to do.
There are 3
Oh
empty
my
cans. This was on.
Yo,
Wait,
I
there's
can't.
4 empty cans. 4 empty cans.
All right.
I'm-
Let's this was fun though. This was great. And thank you, first of all, Russ, for bringing that game. Very, very fun.
That was fun.
I owe you now I owe DGN 2 games. So thank you, but also don't
Absolutely, man.
do
You
that.
should absolutely make games and come host a show.
And you should also let me on that show.
No, careful.
Yeah,
I feel like
Casey,
this is
you'll
how
be
you
on
got
the
roped
next
in.
show I host.
And I will lose, and it will be fun.
Can
That's
I
all
be
that
on
matters.
another
It's fun.
DGN with Shane?
Okay, so the episode that we had was so much fun, but it was not at all productive of a game show whatsoever.
Shane's my baby daddy.
He's also my dad in real life.
Oh, so there you go, J Mike. You lost because it's
Right.
just,
There's my son.
Hey, listen,
That's
Shane
my
already
son
has
right there.
Shane already
sometimes you
did the job. He did the
get,
deed.
sometimes you get the bear, and sometimes the bear gets you. That's the way it goes.
Just the roll of the dice.
You go. And I'm not trying to crap out. He can have that. So you guys enjoy.
Hey.
Hey, Mike, you are
No,
Mr.
just to keep
Steal Your
things going,
Girl,
because
but a
now I
different
feel
type
the
of
need to
Steal Your
make the
Girl.
show
I didn't
last
expect
longer.
that.
The reason I know who Casey is, or like the first I ever heard of Casey was on Dynasty Trades HQ, when I think maybe, I don't know if you asked a question or something, and Shane rambled for like a good 4 minutes about,
Oh yes.
well, you
I
don't
did.
play Dynasty, you're just an awesome person. And I'm like, well, she's an awesome person. I should go follow her now.
Yeah, because
So yes, I follow you and I know who you are because of Shane Manila.
Oh, Shane, that guy. He looks like every guy I ever dated.
And now you don't
I'm not
take
lying.
these. Okay.
And now I don't get dated. So. I still have a soft spot for him. Just in case I went back that way. I'm just kidding. Am
Look,
I?
if you did go,
Am I?
if you move to Philly for Shane, you will live like an hour away from me. I'm just saying we can hang out.
That's true. And I'll live close to my dad and also be around a lot of Eagles fans. I don't think I can do that.
That's true.
J
Might
Mike,
be
are
the
you wearing a
football
romper
that
with
break-
a hood?
No. I just happen to be wearing gray sweatpants with
Whoa.
gray.
He upgraded the Snuggie. He
The
upgraded the
romper.
Snuggie.
No, that's a romper, bro.
Snuggie?
Show us some
Romper.
skin in the middle.
I know what a romper
hold on, wait.
is.
This can get real weird.
Whoa.
There
Wow, you're very
Yeah.
Not
nervous.
a romper.
That was
Confirmed,
panties.
not a romper.
That was
Uh-huh.
panties.
Debbie trying to soil my name in these streets, man. Come on. Come on. That's a real Debbie Dane move right there, Kane.
Devidane.
All right. This was we got to get out of here. This is gonna turn into something, J Mike. So
Yeah, seriously.
we
Where
better.
else
All right,
can
let's-
we go at this point?
I don't know.
That's the real problem.
No. All right, Russ, you're up first, buddy. You say what you need to say.
Is
To
there
the
anything else I
people,
could say that
these
I
kind
haven't?
people? Probably not. I don't know, but there's got to be more. There's got to be one more thing. Think of
I
something.
don't know. I don't know. Follow my co-hosts. They're more important than I am. At Brian Har FF is the awesomest dude in the world. He is my co-host for Trade Addicts Pod. I mean, Kevin Cotillo is my co-host for Split Takes Pod show. That's the word. But I mean, he's Kevin Cotillo. He is what he is. I've taken over this show, so follow my co-hosts at JMIC Check and at FF Man Bun, at FF Fridge So Big, at Gabe If You Nasty.
Now it's Gabe if you nasty.
I was far too busy laughing to get any of that right. It was so funny in my head that it did not just work. I don't even remember what other shows I've taken over at this point, but Dynasty Game Night. At Empire FFL and M Pricer. Those two guys are okay, I guess. But that's enough. Someone else talk.
Great. Good job. Good job. Superb work out there, Rich. If that is your real name. All right. So that's the Rich if you nasty. Maybe that's your everyone gets a if you nasty name. All right.
Cookie Mustang, if you nasty.
If you nasty. I already forgot the pasta. What was it? Something pasta bake.
Pasta bake Thunderhawk.
Pasta bake Thunderhawk. Mr. Pasta bake Thunderhawk. If you nasty. What do you got to say to the people, my friend?
What I do? You can always follow me on Twitter at Devi_Kane. I host the Devi Diet little videos where I just eat snacks and tell you about players in the draft. That's exciting, I guess. And then I host the Devi Marketplace podcast with Caleb Pearson, where we just talk about Devi players and try to have fun and try to figure out the values of players week to week. So it's a fun time. You can always follow us at on Patreon at the Draft Lounge, which Russ is a member. Holla at your boy. Thanks to
Everyone
Russ
else
for
should
that.
go too.
Yeah, so it's just a place where we wanted to get together to talk about college football, so people have a little more understanding of Devi, and we want to go through people's rosters and help them as much as possible. And we just want to talk about college football with people because my wife doesn't want to hear it anymore. So that's pretty much it. I'll give you one Devi sleeper name. Can I give you a Devi sleeper name?
Only if
It's
it's
going
going
to be super cheap if you buy him this.
Yeah, I'm
offseason.
sorry we didn't do any Devi, even though that is
you're good.
Forte. Appreciate you
do it
fitting
now.
it in though. Let's get it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you a deep name. Buy him now because he's gonna be very expensive next offseason, and that's Trey Lance, Trey. Last name Lance, Lance. He's actually from the town I live in Marshall, Minnesota. And he's the quarterback for NDSU.
Yeah,
There's a strong chance he's going to be a first-round pick next year. So buy him now and sell him for boatloads next year.
And I
Heard
wish
it here
this happened
first.
like a week
I don't
and a
know
half
how
ago when we
that's
had the
one.
Devi draft for the Pigs Leagues.
I can guarantee you Trey Lance wasn't picked.
He was
Trey
not,
Lance.
but
I like that name. It's a dope ass name.
He's a baller too.
He
that's
hasn't thrown
oddly
an
one of the-
interception yet in college.
Yeah,
Trey Lance.
oddly one of the players I
I'm gonna write it
have
down.
watched from college and whatever Devi deep. I'm not in a Devi league, but I know the name just because I went to Montana State and they were in the playoffs this year, and had to go up against that fellow. So and
did Trey Lance get him?
The quarter, was it the quarters or the semis? No, I forget. But they got him.
He's so
They
good.
got him real good. No, he's a baller. So
like what did he had a passer rating of 135 with 0 picks. This is his first year playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
In college as a redshirt freshman. Dude's ridiculous. Like every Devy draft I have, I'm just the latest pick I can. I'm taking Trey Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Like the profit that you're going to get is just ridiculous.
Trey, I just wrote it down. I'll look it up.
You in a Devy league, Casey?
I was in one, but I said negative.
All right.
Baby's got only a little bit of time on her hands.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speaking of that time, what are you doing with your time, Casey Kasem?
I am writing for fightingchancefantasy.com. We lost our leader and starting member guy, Ryan. He went off to greener pastures, so I'm trying to
sound like he died, by the way.
I mean, basically, if you leave our site, you died. No, I'm just kidding. I love him. He gave me a shot. I'm here. I've been writing. I wrote a couple articles last week because I was bored. This is the time of the year when everybody's bored, the COVID time of the year. And also, you can help me get to 10 million followers on Twitter if you guys want to help me out. Trying to get to 10 million followers by the end of the year. So, Barack Obama follows me. Britney Spears follows me, so like, come on. That's about it.
Create
and,
9 million burner accounts. And
I'm just saying, what are you saying? I'm not popular? All the kids love me.
I'm just saying, I want you to achieve your dreams. That's all I want.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of time on your hands right now, so you can click the follow button. Yeah, that's about it for I'm going to try to start a podcast with Russ's help. And I'm also actually Fighting Chance Fantasy wants me to do some trivia kind of stuff over the next couple of weeks while everybody's at home bored. So it'll be like kind of one of those like pub trivia type of things. So just keep an eye out for that.
Awesome. I'm down.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Here for it.
All right.
So J Mike, why don't you say a little something about yourself?
I mean, yeah, might as well. I appreciate you giving me the stage, man. Thanks a lot for that, Russ. Very gracious of you. Where to start? Where to begin with this one moment I have here? First of all, to our guests, just grateful and thankful that you would join us. Kane, incredibly nice to kick it with you and laugh as much with you as I do when you're on podcast, because I enjoy just your humor, and I feel like it just runs in the same lane that I run in, so I enjoy it. So nice to kick it with you, man. Miss Casey, First Lady of the thank you, Pasta Baked Thunderhawk. That's legendary. First of all, Casey, obviously, Flow Top, we appreciate you. First Lady of the Open Bar.
Flow Top,
as always, thank you for kicking with us.
Thank you.
Russ, to the new managing editor, to the new executive producer at DLF, as well as here on the Open Bar. Just thank you for gracing us
Promoted
in the midst of your incredibly busy schedule and sicknesses and everything, all the changes going on in your life, man. I've told you many a times how much I enjoy you and just appreciate your time and chopping it up with you as always. So thank you. To everyone in the chat, man, y'all had it so lit in here. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you're checking this out via podcast form, you're missing all of the fun Tuesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube, as well as Periscope. Come check your boys out here at the Open Bar, where we like to have a lot of fun, talk some dynasty talk, randomness, but basically give you a chance to come to a place where there's no pressure to be anything but you. So come in, enjoy yourself, and please just continue to tell people about it. And if you don't even want to tell your friends about it, that's fine. Come kick it with us. We appreciate you having a drink with us, or if no drinks at all, if you just come in and make fun of us or say random names like I don't know, some of those fun names that we had earlier. The Savannah Smile Smith Schuster, that was strong. Appreciated that. You can find me on Twitter at JMikeCheck. You can find the show's handle at the Open Bar Pod. to everyone, all of the first responders, to the nurses, to the teachers, to everybody who's holding it down right now in the midst of
Amen.
Absolutely absurd times. You are appreciated.
Best.
Thank you for your effort. Thank you for holding us up in just a wild time. We appreciate you. Everybody that's working, to everybody that's lost jobs, or if you still have jobs, man, just please keep your head up. Be encouraged somehow, because my hope is that we all get through this. Obviously, and there was a rather fantastic quote that was shared by a friend of mine named Spencer, and he gave he said this. He says, "A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor." Quote from Franklin D. Roosevelt, and I thought that was pretty cool. So hopefully that encourages somebody. Also, J. Mike's Journal. If you haven't checked that out, I'd appreciate that little podcast that I put together to help encourage folks. And let you know that, hey, you're not the only one that's jacked up and going through some stuff. And hopefully you can be encouraged that the fact that we're all doing this. So, yeah, that's all I've got. So
can I jump in real quick?
Of course, sure.
Yeah. So I work for a food delivery company. So if like anybody out there, if you've lost your job, like hit me up on Twitter. I can at least make sure that we get some food sent over to you, whether it's pizzas or, anything random, like it all helps. So like, just hit me up and at least I can get something over to you. Cause especially if you have kids or whatever, food's the most important thing. So just hit me up on Twitter and I'll be more than happy to get some stuff sent over to you.
That's
awesome, dude.
FF Pasta Bake Thunderhawk.
Yeah.
Get him.
Too many
probably an underscore in there.
Pasta Bake.
If gearing of all time won't fit, then Pasta Bake Thunderhawk definitely is not going to fit.
Yeah, that's true.
This is usually the part where I throw it to Gabe to close the show, Russ. But yeah, I'll let you do as you will with how we close this out. Also, Kane, the one usually when we bring people on, we don't want them necessarily having to bloviate about the things that they always talk about on every show that they always go on. So that's why I tried to steer away from Debbie stuff, because I figured you probably get tired of it. I may have miscalculated. That's my fault. So I apologize.
No, you're good. I talk about it 7 days a week, all the time. So so don't worry
your
about
handle,
it. It's fun it's fun to just come on and just talk.
Shoot the shit.
I'm an extrovert and I work from home now.
That's
so
awesome.
like I need someone to talk to. Like love my wife to death, but she will not talk about random things with me sometimes, because apparently she's working and making a living, and it's like I just want to like talk about what happens to ice cubes when you swallow them, and like
Ice Cube when he raps.
At least help me with that one.
All right, it's been a wonderful night, but it's time for Gabe. Take us home.
Take the wheel.
All right. I don't really have much else to say. We have I'm going to actually say again that like J Mike said, J Mike's Journal, but you all have to know that the second episode is out. It's not just like go and check it out, blah blah blah. I mean, we've been kind of waiting on episode 2 and it dropped. Okay, so go ahead and check that one out. Check everyone's podcast out. Even if Casey doesn't have one, check it out. It's out there.
We'll be there.
It's got to be there.
Hey, I'll be DMing her tomorrow. Give me 3 days. She'll have a podcast out.
Give me 3 days.
I like to talk.
Yeah, Mr. Polaris. What do I got for you tonight? Let's go with FF Surrogate.
Oh. Baby daddy.
FF that baby pappy.
Oh, baby pappy.
Woo. Love you, man. Love all of you other guys and Casey, our Flotob, right? Flotob. We have a store. Okay, it is officially now Shoeval season since Folds is a Chicago Bear now. It's official. All right, Shoeval season, baby. Podcast intros, I do those, and the works on one. Gonna drop it.
I'm gonna hit you
weekend, maybe. Casey's gonna hit me up for her new podcast intro. J Mike, we have a show. Excuse me, FF Surrogate. Do we have a show next week?
That cannot stick.
Sorry, buddy.
I just changed the Twitter to Junior High J Mike, so we gotta.
You got a lot going on in your life.
Yes, you ain't kidding. Yes, we do have a show next week. Thankfully, we did get Debro back and a couple of noobs, a couple of folks brand new to the bar too.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, good.
Debro.
Yeah. Speaking of podcast intros, yeah,
They coming.
They coming.
Hey, you wanna make one for me, man, bud?
Oh, wait, you got Stoops on next week?
Yeah. And
Trey
Kane,
has like
yes,
3,
would love
baby.
to.
Do it. If you hear our intro now, it's something.
Fire.
Wouldn't call it fire.
It's something.
It's something.
You ever heard the same 4 beats go on over and over again for about 8 seconds?
Oh, Post Malone's on your fucking opening. Okay.
It was more the Beatles, but yeah.
Oh, got you.
That's true too. All right. That's all. All right. Let's get out of here.
All right,
Next
P.
week, we going to be here. I'm empty. I need a drink. I need to go to bed or one of those things.
Nah.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Until next week, y'all. Russ, you have the honors, my friend. Say the word. If you know the word.
I'm too choked up. I can't do it.
Fine.
I don't want it to end.
Da 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 da. Deuces.